Black Excellence is on your screen. Turn your TV on.
And tune in, baby.
Yes, sir. Wrestling is on fire. Had a great week. We already talked about Monday Night Raw. We
Yeah,
talk about NXT, AEW. You know, AEW tonight. Friday night SmackDown. What you want to talk about today? My bad.
man.
It's Cam Lewis, and this is
The Brokage Pat.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. What would you
Hey,
like to talk
bro.
about today, man? What you want to
I
start
know
off
I
with?
text you, so we go jump on this NXT trade real
All
quick.
right.
I know I
Okay.
text you, and I was like, I got some things to say about Miss Jordan Grace.
Okay.
I don't like how she being pushed right now.
Oh.
She's skipping mad people in the line. Mad people in the line. We skipping Kaylani. We
Mm-hmm.
just gonna go ahead and say Cora Jade's non-existent Fatal 4-Way win was non-existent. She still ain't get rewarded for that.
Yeah.
Not to mention, yeah, Jada Parker had her chance, but again, why is Jordan Grace jumping the line, bro?
Well, yeah, that wasn't even a great finish. I got
Yeah,
interrupted too. Mm-hmm.
and that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, and then on top of that, like, bro, I get it. She the juggernaut. That like she the strongest of the strong. She like, if I must say, she like the awesome Kong of this division, kind of
Okay.
sort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next to Zarya, of course.
Yeah.
Uh, but ain't no way in hell she threw that dude that far over them
Oh
ropes.
yeah.
Ain't no way in hell. That was a jump assist
For
from
sure.
hell from
Yeah.
that dude.
For
Like
sure.
he
For sure.
jumped. I don't even know that was there a trampoline in the ring at the time when he did that because he
You would have
jumped
thought.
far.
You would have thought.
So I just not like again, I like Jordan Grace. Excellent wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic on the mic. Did her thing at TNA, put that division on her back, made it what it is today. But I don't like that she's skipping so many people that are more deserving there. Like I said, Kaylani and Cora got valid cases. Extreme valid cases. Jada Parker still has a valid case to
Mm-hmm.
go for that title because you interrupted her title match. That's why she mad now. That's why
Right.
y'all fighting now. I again, I like Jordan Grace. I just don't like that she being pushed to the moon so soon. And I get it. Everybody's probably gonna be like, "What about Stephanie and Julia?" I'm like, you got to understand, when Stephanie and Julia came in, it was just Roxanne sitting on the top of that division by
Yeah.
herself, and
And
she had
Roxanne had that
beaten
title for a little minute.
everybody. She
Mm-hmm.
had beaten everybody. She cleaned that division out like Anderson Silva did with the middleweight division when he was champion.
Right.
So that's where I stand with that. But I just feel like more people have valid cases, and now we're gonna have this 6-woman ladder match, and if Jordan Grace somehow find herself in this ladder match, she definitely gonna win.
Yeah.
But it seems like they wanted to go for the women's title and face Stephanie rather than go for the women's North American title.
Yeah. Speaking of, I don't like that either. Why you make her? You
Double
know,
champ just to have
yeah.
her
Just let her.
drop it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I see what they doing. Okay,
Yeah.
so I see what they doing, but it's like it's not fair. So I think what they're doing is because Julia, she did get hurt. So
Yep,
I think
yep.
the original plan was to have both of them keep it. Because it was very weird that they
Right.
both fought each other, even though that's a dream match. But it was obviously weird that they fought, and we knew like, all right, they was going once we heard I found out she was hurt, Julia's gonna win regardless. I was like, well, I mean,
Right.
not Julia, but Stephanie was gonna win regardless because she was hurt. So I'm
Hmm.
like, all right, so that match was kind of like, we both said all that whole show, which I still haven't watched it because it was just predictable. Like you knew the Hardys
Hmm.
were gonna win, you knew Oba was gonna win because of the titles that was defended.
Yeah.
But I think what's happening is they're role reversing, title reverse, I should say, like what we talked about before. We thought
Mm.
that Julia should have the North American, and we thought that Stephanie should have the NXT. So I think
Exactly.
now they flipping it because now Julia is healthy. So now I think Julia's gonna be a part of that ladder match. Or
Yeah,
that
because
and
she
then
was like, it wasn't like a super major injury,
yeah,
right? It was probably just something to where it's like, all right, I need to
couple weeks.
couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? And then when the creative stuff start flowing, then I find myself coming back type shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm cool with it. But again, like I said, Jordan Grace, not saying that she's not deserving, but you jumped the line.
Yeah, what you saying, I agree, because Lola and Cora J, you know I love Lola, but Cora J didn't have to do it. The only thing you'll do is shake your ass. She ain't had to say that. And then, you know, Kalani and Roxanne. One thing with Roxanne is weird too, because I thought she was moving up and then found out she's back down there, which is fine. But y'all made her lose to Kalani. So I was like, I ain't got no wrong with losing Kalani either, but I'm just like, where we going with this? Because y'all brought Roxanne back just to lose. And I guess y'all lost her in the shuffle on Monday Night Raw, which she probably could be used at this point. But, you know, they don't know what to do with Roxanne.
You got to forgive Cora. You know, she coming fresh off of being broken up with.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Bro, that locker room is crazy, bro. So apparently, dude broke up with her, and now he's supposedly dating Thea Hale.
Yeah, I seen that.
I was like, what? I was like, boy.
Got some mess going on. Got some mess going on in there, boy. Got some mess going on. And, you know, they jumping from TNA. I think Lash and Jakar, they was over there.
Again, why are these two not going for the tag titles? Again, like, we know y'all not going to drop y'all TNA tag titles to an NXT tag team. So why is Lash and Jakara, and I'm going to say Gigi and Tatum Paxley, being wasted going to TNA when your women's tag division is already hurting as is?
Right.
So why are you wasting good tag teams and sending them to TNA?
They feel influence too, right?
Yeah. And like, and Liv and Raquel ain't got no challengers right now.
We're gonna talk about that when we get to SmackDown, because I already see what they're doing, and it's dumb. But we'll get to that. So they're gonna fight Tuesday, right? Jada and Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
I think it should be a triple threat. But honestly, I think Miss Parker should get her one-on-one match back with no interference, because it did look like she might. Because that was the first match of the night with Stephanie. So it possibly, you never know. Jada probably would have won. We don't know. I mean, we both know that Stephanie was going to retain, but you just never know. So I think she needs to get a legit one-on-one. But I think a triple threat match wouldn't be bad.
Nah, I'll be here for that. I just, again, like I said, just make it fair. And I feel like Cora needs to get into this 6-man or 6-woman ladder match as well. If she didn't, she hadn't had a qualifying match. Yeah, no, she hadn't had one yet.
She'll probably fight Lola, because she been in catering. Lola Vice.
That's another thing with Lola. I'm like, Lola, you doing the Jordan Grace? You can't just jump the line and you've been gone for a minute.
And they've been having her in catering.
So I'm like, at the same time, like, if she qualifies, she qualifies. I'm here for it, but I can't have her beating Cora Jade to qualify. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, Cora, if they do end up fighting to see who qualified for this women's ladder match, Cora needs to go over.
Yeah.
Like, because again, you still have not given Cora, not saying that everybody who win a Fatal 4-Way deserve a title shot or whatever, but it's the people she beat in the Fatal 4-Way.
All right, yeah.
Where I feel like she deserves a reward for it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I feel like they just threw her on TNA. It was just
like a regular Fatal 4-Way, you were going against, like, I ain't even trying to downplay none of these women, because the women's locker room in NXT is phenomenal. But, like, I could understand if you were won a Fatal 4-Way, you were going against, like, what's that chick that was with Ashanti the Adonis? Her, like, Zarya,
you're talking about Carmen.
And Sol Ruka. Yeah. Like, if you won a Fatal 4-Way against those three, then I'd be like, all right, that's just a regular old Fatal 4-Way. But, like, you beat Roxanne, I think it was Bailey, and I forget the other person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know something. I don't remember the last person. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I feel like those are major stars right there, to the point where I'm like, all right, you deserve to get rewarded for what you did in that match. And Cora's come back, and again, Cora's come back, and she basically became, when Cora came back, she basically became Roxanne's sidekick again.
Mm-hmm.
So now that her and Roxanne are officially done, now we get circled back to Cora being the star she was supposed to be before she blew her knee out.
Right. We gonna see. You know, they got what's the name in the cut too, Nikita. She don't need to touch. She don't need to touch. She don't need to touch that either. She don't need to touch that.
She got them Rey Mysterio knees.
Ooh.
She got them Rey Mysterio knees, and I hate to say that about her because she was on the track to be a star too. But she got them Rey Mysterio knees, man, and
she be looking sloppy in the ring too, though. No lie, she be looking sloppy.
Yeah, I feel like the knee injuries, injuries took her out, and like I get it, like, and she be doing a lot of the like what I want to say. She be doing like a lot of the Titus O'Neil stuff. She be doing other stuff outside of WWE, like TV shows, because she made music too.
Yeah, I know she did a diss track.
I'm like, she be doing a lot of stuff outside of WWE, so I feel like she not getting. I'm not saying it's her, but she just don't have time to go to the PC to get her weight up.
True.
So.
True.
But I'm standing by what I said with Dark State.
Okay. So who you said got the lead? Who you said the leader again?
I'm leaning towards Devon. Okay. I'm leaning towards Devon just because if I'm going with young talent, I'm leaning towards Devon. Would I be upset if neither Devon or Trick were the leaders and it just ended up being Saquon? Nah, because Saquon could lead that group too.
Right. Yeah, I like Saquon. Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like there's an angle here, and that's just me as a fan. Like I could be completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? Come stand to deliver, but I just feel like there's a strong angle here to where Javon is the heavier suspect, but it could also be reasons for Trick being the leader of this group as well. Like we could also be like Trick is so obsessed with winning the NXT title. Javon just called him Carmelo Hayes. Who's to say Trick ain't using Dark State to try to get that title back?
Yeah, true.
And speaking of that attack, man, I look, I know it was just where the mic was, but Javon getting back body dropped on that microphone. I felt so bad for him. I was like, ooh. I was like, I know that did not feel good coming from that high in the air.
Right. Landed on the microphone. I ain't gonna lie. I like that alley-oop. I don't know what they call it. I'm calling it
alley-oop, like power bomb.
Yeah.
At first, I wasn't here for it because I was like, all right, we just copying the Shield. Then when I first saw him do it, I'm like, oh, we tossing motherfuckers.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it the power oop. There we go. Call it the power.
All right, when they did it to Tony D'Angelo in the back through the table, I was like,
insane.
Like, you tossed him over 2 tables to get power bombed, bro.
I don't know. I'm gonna use so Trick and Javon, but I'm gonna use a dark horse as Stacks, bro.
Okay,
it's just the way that man was talking when they was doing that segment, bro. It was the way he was talking about Saquon. He was just like, yo, D is just tough, rugged. I'm like, all right.
They're moving kind of weird lately too. So I could also see a valid argument for Stacks as well. And look, not to be that guy, I hate being the race guy, but it also makes sense of the misplaced YT boy in the group.
yeah, true. I think what's her name dates Rizzo. I think she dates I don't know his name, the white guy.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the one she ended up doing too. Like when they were showing the skit, I think she actually was the one that did him as the
I saw your video on that whole skit, bro. Rizzo with that accent.
Hey, she be doing that, bro.
I'm like, she be into it too. She be doing the motions and everything. I'm like, all right, Riz.
I like when she does that. I ain't gonna lie. Like like the Don seems his is like the regular.
Yeah, I feel like he's more natural.
Yeah, I was just saying natural.
Like he's actually Italian. I feel like Rizzo has to kind of put on the accent, but she not forcing it.
Right, and it's low, and it seems like it's a little groggy too.
Yeah,
so it feels real. I like their family. We'll see what happens with that. It's just a little interesting that they put them in it, but like they not attacking them no more. It's like, why did you attack them You know, that was just weird. So we'll you know, we'll see what happens. And
And
then
and
go
also
ahead.
to your point, bro, why this man, bro? I watch your videos and I listen to the comment. Why is this man Trick always not wearing a shirt,
I've been saying it for
bro?
the longest. Like this man don't
Like I
own
get
a
it, bro.
shirt.
You athletic, bro. You like you jacked, but like you backstage, no shirt, cutting promos in the ring, no shirt.
Getting out the
Just
car, parking
I get
lot.
out the car, no shirt. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, bro, we know you got a chiseled body. We've known that since you been with Mello.
Right. Bro, that's like
Like
the
now we just like, oh, now we just you cold and hot or something? Because now you wear the no shirt but got the beanie on.
yeah, yeah, bro, tripping. He be having the jacket on. It's like you go to the gym and you see this big dude out
Yep.
here. Like, bro, why are you still here? You won already, bro. Like
Yeah.
you here every day too, just going.
Dude,
I'm like,
be in the mirror flexing. I'm like, bro,
yeah,
come on now.
don't work
Like,
here. Not a you're not a you're not a trainer. You know what I'm saying? You just there. You paying the monthly bill just like me, and you out here looking bigger than everybody. Like, nah, bro.
yeah, nah.
Man. That's trick right there. Like we know, you know, you talking about. Oh, you never been a champion before. Well, you can't hold your title long. How about that?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody said
Never
that
been
to
a
him.
champion before, Bill. We not gonna forget that Javon did have to ride like he said, like Javon himself said, didn't have to ride nobody coattails
Exactly.
to get where he was.
Did
He
his
had
own.
Javon ain't have a Carmelo Hayes. He just
Mhm.
got endorsements and showing what he could do in the ring with these vets. Randy
Right.
Orton being a prime example. You just Trick. I feel like he is, especially when he said in the ring, he was like, "I'm him." I was like, "Yep." There's Carmelo
I said,
seeping
bro,
out right there.
yeah, I said that sound familiar. Then you know, Javon gave
I
him
was like,
that.
"There's that Carmelo attitude coming out."
Yeah, yeah. They
I
get
was
it.
like, but as this again, why I don't want to see no NXT call ups.
Oh yeah, I think this
Come the
might be
draft.
I think this might be the time where they can hold off
Yeah,
for a
just
minute.
leave them there because I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, have Oba lose so he can go to the main roster." No, Oba need to rule over that division
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, I honestly think we need. If it's not, well, I like Javon. Javon's young though, so like you still
Yeah.
got time with him. But
Yeah.
I
Have
think they need.
have him win the North American
Yeah,
title
up
first.
the
Like,
ladder.
have him go through the trick steps.
Yeah. Well, you see,
This
he was
way
trying to
he
get the
gets the
cup
main
first.
title.
You see, he tried to get the cup first, and then
Yeah.
and then they just jumped him right up to it because you know he's just in that storyline.
Yeah,
So
they don't
but-
really push the Heritage Cup though. It's like, where's Lexus King been since he really won that?
Well,
cup?
him,
Like,
yeah, him and Javon fought. That it hasn't been the same since the
Noam Dar.
okay. I'm yeah okay. I caught on it to it later because I'm trying to remember. I think it was the Don. He had it. Those were good matches. Whenever the Don had it, those were and what's the name? The dude after
Noam
him.
Dar made that Heritage Cup what it is
Okay.
because Noam Dar like treated it like a title, even though it was just a trophy. He treated it like a title. He wanted to elevate it to where it was like just important as most of the belts.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then I don't know where he is now after.
Yeah. He been
forming
out for a
Metaphor.
minute. Yeah. He been out for a
I
minute.
don't know if he hurt. I don't know if he taking time off, whatever the case may be. But Noam Dar made the Heritage Cup what it is,
Right.
especially when he won it when NXT UK was still a thing. So I feel like when he returns, he needs to beat Lexus King and put that Heritage Cup back on him. Because then that's when we gonna start getting real stories with it. Because I know Noam Dar be fighting backstage to make that cup relevant.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Lexus King is just like, I got it.
Probably one of them things like a former AEW guy. Let's just
Yeah.
make sure he got something going on.
So
Throw a jab out there. Mm-hmm.
Kaylani beating Zarya.
No, she beat Roxanne.
Oh, she beat Roxanne. Zarya, who did Zarya beat?
Lash.
Lash. Okay,
That was a good match.
I'm cool with both of that. Zarya finally is getting the spotlight on her.
You can
Finally.
tell she wasn't even like watching that match. I love Zarya, but watching that match, I can tell. Obviously, Lash is she's bigger, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little bit tougher. But you can tell that Zarya ain't been doing one-on-ones. She been doing a lot of tag team matches. You
Yeah,
can
with Sol
tell.
Ruka. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell like she was a little rusty on the one-on-ones. I was like, man, I was like, this. It was a cool match, but I was like, this ain't the Zarya that I'm used to. But I get it's a bigger opponent, so
And I went back and what like this one I want them to let her wrestle as well, just singles. Cause I went once she came to NXT, like I didn't know much about when she was Delta, but again, I went back and did my research. I was curious. I went back and watched her like whole little like build up to the rivalry with her brother, her real life brother, and I was like, damn. I was like, see, she can hang with the dudes.
she
She
tough,
can
bro.
tell a good story in the ring. Like that whole story was amazing, and that was for an indie promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And that story was built like it was a WWE AEW story. So I was like, we need to let her do that because she could clearly do it.
All right.
It's just now you stuck her with Sol Ruka. So again, like you said, I feel like she should get rusty as far as not being a singles competitor. So I feel like this is her chance right here to get herself back in the limelight, especially because how she came in. She came in, she was the fourth one to essentially come in.
Yeah, you said that she was
Behind
wrong,
Stephanie, Julie,
bad timing.
and Jordan. Like Jordan, yeah, was still in TNA, but we all knew. We saw the writing on the wall
Yeah.
the moment Jordan debuted at the Royal Rumble. We knew Jordan was coming.
All right. Yeah, you said bad timing. That's what you told
Yeah,
me.
it was just bad timing. It has nothing to do with her wrestling ability. It's just bad timing. What's the shit? They ain't do too much on there. I see Ava again. She made the triple threat for Stand to Deliver with Ova, Trick, and Javon. Stephanie vacating the North American Women's title.
Yeah, it was
And
only one
then we
good
got
thing.
The last one,
Yeah.
Rick Starks, Ricky Saints. My fault.
Were you surprised they won that title that fast?
Yes and no. I will say yes because I'm like Sean Spears worked hard to get there, and during his first run as Ty Dillinger, which again, for me he don't get a lot of credit. I love the Ty Dillinger character. The whole Perfect 10,
Yeah,
the
10,
theme
yeah.
music was underrated. Ty Dillinger was an underrated character when he was in NXT.
Yeah.
But I say no because he already has the crowd behind him. You already put him with a dude. You put him with a dude who he already had chemistry with at the previous promotion,
Mm-hmm.
and we about to build to him and Ethan Page. So it seems like you about to just have a whole bunch of former AEW guys go together, and which I look. Look, things happen, and if that's the route you want to go, that's the route you want to go. But I also feel like Sean Spears and this group ain't doing that. Like you got Great Value Post Malone behind them.
Oh, you call him Great Value? I just call him Post. Like
I just call him a Great Value Post Malone.
I might be disrespectful calling him that, but he looked just like bro.
And then you got
Is it?
I don't even know the chick name. And then
Oh,
the
Izzy.
other dude,
Izzy Dane.
Izzy Dane, and then you got the dude who just be wearing the biker vest and just be standing there. I don't even know his name, so I just know he always wear the leather vest or leather jacket
Look
or
like
something
he got off a bike.
with his shirt off, like Trick.
Yeah.
And then the chant of all chants, Tony
Tony
Funk.
Funk is crazy. Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah. I just thought that him winning, I liked it. I just thought normally how WWE does it is if somebody has the numbers, you're not gonna win. And this is the first match too, because remember, I think that happened to Stephanie. No, I think she beat her too.
yeah,
Stephanie beat Fallon with all them numbers too, right?
yep.
So it's 4-on-1, but like Izzy, I was waiting on Izzy maybe to pull the ref or something. She just stepped there, and I was just like, damn, like we're finna just let him win that fast. I'm like, all right. I mean, I get it. Ricky has been out for a minute from AEW. He was awesome in AEW. I just feel like sometimes they didn't let him do exactly what he's supposed, because he was one of those collision guys too. Because you remember they was talking about
Yep.
switch. I don't know why I got that man switching it up. Like CM Punk, when CM Punk was there, he was supposed to be a collision guy, and then they had Dynamite. Ricky Saints, which was Ricky Starks, he was a collision guy. So then at that time, that's when him and Cope was going at it and all that other stuff. But after that, you didn't really see him, and we still don't know exactly what was going on. They were saying maybe him going to see Cody Rhodes at the WrestleMania that might have started it. We don't know. But him coming out there, he's been doing phenomenal work outside, out the ring with the promos, in the ring. I just thought maybe he'll lose it or lose that match and then maybe get a rematch during Stand and Deliver. But I guess they want to make sure they got enough star power because Shawn Spears, he's a veteran. He's cool. He knows the business, but he's not one of those people, especially in Vegas. Yeah. You walk up, you're random. You're like, man, I'll go to a show. It's early too. Go to a show. It's like that's probably like morning time. And you're like, you see Shawn Spears up there. You be like, but if you see Ricky Saints, I might be like, you know what, Ethan Page. All right, yeah, Vegas. Exactly. Yeah, we go ahead and go up there. So, but I think he's gonna probably beat Ethan Page.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I like it. I like it. I like the pushing. Like right now with NXT, obviously people are always saying it's the program where you start and then go up to WWE, but they're becoming a brand themselves. And I feel like now, like what you saying earlier, they don't need call-ups. Like Ricky Saints, I'm not looking forward to him to seeing him on SmackDown or Raw. Like I'm looking forward to see them on Tuesdays. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see Oba on Tuesdays, Stephanie on Tuesdays, Ricky Saints. We didn't even talk about them, but the tag team. I don't want them to go to SmackDown Raw because I feel like they're gonna downgrade Axiom. Now we did see him on SmackDown the last 2 weeks doing singles because that's what they were before for their tag team. But right now, if you do call-ups, you gotta be very punctual who you bringing up. Don't just be bringing up a big name and you end up like Carmelo. Now I get it. People will be like, well, what about Tiffany? What about Braun Breaker? What about Lyra Valkyria? Everybody's different. We ain't even go down the color route, but I'm just saying everybody's different in the booking.
Like, look, I mean, Lyra, like she won the Intercontinental title, but like they don't showcase her like that, so she don't nobody know who she is really.
Right. I would think that Melo's getting more shine than her, even though she has the title. He's with the Miz. Yeah, I get it. It's
He's
not
on TV every week though.
Right.
He's on TV every week.
Right. And I feel like it's a slow push with Melo. They push Braun a little bit faster. I get it. They're around the same too. And they've been fighting each other in NXT and they both came out around the same. And Melo being a first round pick, that's also, put more scrutiny under it. But I feel like they're probably like, we're going to push you a little bit more. You might end up being the star or the face of SmackDown. But maybe we just don't want to show you right now. We don't know. But as of right now, it don't look good because he's not getting pushed. Yeah. But like you said, him being on the screen every day or every week, that does help.
Bro, I feel like they wouldn't be giving him the screen time if they didn't believe in him somewhat. Like you don't just get put on TV, whether it be a backstage segment, in-ring promo, Miz TV, whatever the case may be. The man is at least on TV every week. So it's also, do you really have any viable opponents from Melo right now? Like, you can't really put him in the U.S. title picture when you got powerhouses like Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Braun Strowman. Yep. I'll even throw Solo in there, even though Solo ain't really doing that right now, but wearing a suit and messing matches up. But I feel like Melo is doing what he needs to do, and his time will come. Again, I will pose the same question to you. I heard this randomly on a live, just popped into a live. Who do you think's the better booker right now, Triple H or Shawn?
Shawn? I ain't even got to think about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like Shawn is essentially like, people can call NXT developmental all they want, but NXT, as we've said, me and you have said many times, is better than SmackDown and Raw right now.
Yep.
Even with the build up to Mania, be real. I'm kind of more excited about Stand and Deliver.
It's always been like that too, which is crazy.
Yeah. So
yeah. I'm
excited
always
about
with
Stand
Sean.
and Deliver. Sean is booking his shows better, and we could argue Triple H is running 2 shows where Sean just has the one to worry about.
Man, if you give Paul Heyman SmackDown like he was doing instead of putting Road Dogg over there, SmackDown actually be better. Every time Paul Heyman's running that show, is obviously better. I mean, this SmackDown to me was
This SmackDown was good. I thought it was decent. I was like, all right,
yeah.
on par.
Before we get to the AEW, let's go to AEW before we
Let's go to AEW. Let's do that.
Because they got Dynasty tonight. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited by watching it, but at the same time, some of the matches just not there. We talked
about that. It's just some of the matches were just thrown in there just to like boost, like not boost the card, but like just thrown in there just to add more matches to the card when you could have just left it at the 4 or 5 matches you already had.
You could have used them last night.
Yeah.
On Collision. Yeah. You can't tell me Jericho and what was his name? Bandito. They could have fought yesterday. I'm
so tired of Chris Jericho, bro.
Man. They could have fought yesterday, bro.
I'm tired of Chris Jericho. Now he not with Big Bill and Brian Keefe. Thank God they started calling Brian Keefe by his name again instead of the Bad Apple.
So they got away from him. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I missed a segment. I'd have to go back and find it. Apparently there was a segment where Chris Jericho like just went in on him.
That's what they was talking about Wednesday. They said something about that.
Yeah, so I ain't see the segment. It must have been either a backstage segment or after a match.
Chris said, remember 0 hour. So you think some of those matches on 0 hour? Well, I would hope so. No, they actually don't. They got 2 more. They got 2 matches added on for 0 hour. I did see that. No, those matches are not a part of 0 hour, Chris. I actually seen that.
That's wild.
They got 12 matches tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, Chris Jericho and Bandito, I'm quite all right on. I'm good on that. I'm just done with Chris Jericho as a whole right now. I didn't like it when you switched to this whole learning tree gimmick, the high guys, and not to mention, bro, I don't care what nobody say. The Judas Effect finisher is ass, bro. That man throws the worst back elbow I've ever seen in my life, bro. The Judas Effect
now
is
he does.
ass, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, when you first did it over in New Japan, where you actually had to probably hit a dude hard.
Yeah.
You was killing it. Now it just looks so lackluster. Like it just. I'm like, it's like when like we talked about. It comes so slow, you could easily counter it.
Yeah.
It's like when John Cena swung at Cody. Like, it was so slow, you could just, let me just duck out the way real quick.
All right.
Like, just go back to the walls of Jericho, bro. I'm not expecting you to do the lion salt. You're getting older, so I'm not expecting you to do a springboard backflip off the middle rope. Fine, you don't got to do that. Just go back to using the walls of Jericho, bro.
Yeah.
Or the Lion Tamer. The Lion Tamer was a lot more devastating to me. A lot of people don't know the difference between the Lion Tamer and the Walls of Jericho. The Walls of Jericho is just essentially a Boston Crab. The Lion Tamer, he had them dudes arched up with his knee planted on the back of their head.
Yeah.
I was like, so the Lion Tamer was his WWE or WCW finisher.
Right.
If he went back to using the Lion Tamer, I feel like it'd be so much more devastating, and just holding it will add to your character. Again, like I will give you this. Chris Jericho is one of the best guys at reinventing himself with a new gimmick. It's just this learning tree one was not it. Especially because they keep throwing you in factions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, when
that's all they do with Jericho.
The stuff before that, the other two, I didn't even really like the Jericho Appreciation Society like that. Like, Inner Circle was it.
I like Inner Circle. Yeah, Inner Circle.
Inner Circle was it.
Yeah.
And then they should have just let you be a solo guy.
Mm-hmm. He
It's
tried to
not
kept
putting you
trying
in
to.
factions.
He
I feel
kept
like
trying to.
putting you in factions is what
Yeah,
hurt his career.
yeah. He kept trying to reinvent that. Like the inner
Yeah.
circle so good. Let me keep trying, but
hmm You're not
um,
beating that member
yeah,
group, bro.
yeah.
You had Santana and Ortiz. You had, even though he was whack, Jake Hager. You had Sammy Guevara.
A younger MJF. He's still
Yeah.
young, but a
A
younger
younger
MJF.
MJF at one point. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. I'm cool with that. Speaking of MJF, Hurt Syndicate, bro. Lashley was like, nah, bro.
I'm
You
not
you don't
messing
fit
with
you don't fit the mold, bro.
that. Not messing with that, bro. I'm not going to tell you why you shouldn't be a part of it, but you're not a part of
No. And I'm hoping, look, again, long shot. And I'm sure other fans are thinking it. I'm hoping long shot. Cedric comes out and be like, nah, bro.
it. Has it getting closer to 90 days yet?
I think so. I'm just hoping Cedric come. I know he just did that interview with Chris Van Fleet.
Okay.
So I feel like I think they talked about it a little bit. So I think his 90 days is approaching. I'm just not sure when it ends.
Okay. Yeah.
But I feel like I'm hoping, like I'm sure every other fan is. I think even Chris Van Fleet asked him, like, you plan on going back and joining the Hurt Syndicate? I didn't catch the end of the clip, so I got to go watch it again. But would I be mad at Cedric coming out and being like, basically beating the brakes off MJF and be like, you were never going to be a part of this group, bro?
He said, you got to show me. And MJF walked off and said, I will. So I'm gonna see what he talking about. We gonna see what.
Then, man, I'm gonna go back to Ricky when him and Ricky Starks were having that promo war, bro. MJF got to stop with the spray tan, bro.
Oh yeah.
Golly, bro. I'm like, I bet that spray tan is staining the hell out of that suit underneath.
Got to.
Because
Oh,
I'm like,
look
bro,
orange.
you caked so much stuff on you out here looking like Donald Trump Jr., bro. All that Cheeto dust on you, bro.
Oh man. Oh. He ain't got to do that, but I guess that's an insecure thing. He young too, so
Do what he do, man. Again, there's a lot of things that's been said about MJF. His hair ain't his.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I can see that.
It look a little fake.
Yeah,
And again, it look a little fake, but
Yeah.
not my place to say. I'm not backstage. I don't know the man personally.
Right.
And honestly, like, I get it. He's supposed to be the well-dressed dude, but when it comes to the Hurt Syndicate, bro, you got to step your suit game
Oh
up.
yeah.
You got to step your suit game up. Bro, Lashley is by himself. I'm like, damn, I need to get on Lashley's suit game, bro, because I'm like, every week, this man is dressed to the nines.
Yeah, he got some expensive stuff on for sure.
I'm like, glasses on, nice suit. I'm like, looking at the jacket. I was like, I wouldn't necessarily rock that jacket, but you rocking that jacket.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It looked like I can't remember exactly what, but a trench coat style. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I could pull that off, but you pulling that off right there. Now you got Shelton out here. Shelton stepping up the suit game. MVP always been well dressed.
Yeah, he always had
I'd ask MVP, and I want to ask MVP one question if I was to have him face to face. And then ain't even me trying to be disrespectful. Is the cane for your character, or I know you got some leg issues, or is it your knee is actually kind of busted to where you do need it, but it also adds to your character?
I think it adds to the character because obviously he went out there with his armor on one time, not armor, but his attire at that blood sport. They didn't have no cane on in, so I think that's probably just part of the gimmick he's got going on.
I do like it though. I do like it. It adds to the character, like he is like the mentor, like he always. Matter of fact, I'll put it like this, and people will probably say it's a stretch. MVP is what Paul Heyman is what MVP is to Bobby Lashley what Paul Heyman is to Roman Reigns and CM Punk.
Yeah.
That is where I'm at with that. Because if you look at, I'm going to be real, like Lashley was big during his first run with WWE and during the Great Value, ECW, and all that other stuff. But I feel like he really hit his stride until he got to TNA and got it with MVP.
Yeah.
And he went on that crazy world title run and in TNA. That's when Bobby Lashley was like, all right, my stock is up to where I could go back to WWE now.
Right.
And do what he did. Then you stuck up with Leo. A lot of people,
Big man.
a lot of people won't give him credit for it, but Leo Rush is the reason the Almighty nickname stuck.
Mm-hmm. Come on,
You
big
don't
man.
get the Almighty Bobby Lashley without Leo.
And I
coming
thought
out.
that's who was going to end up joining.
Leo. I could have seen Leo Rush, but you got him tied up with Action Andretti and the crew.
That was before. It's right before he
Yeah,
fought
yeah.
Swerve. That's when Swerve got into it. He fought him. I was like, okay, Leo, cool. And then the Cedric, I was like, that's a whole completion
Yeah.
of all of them. Leo with Bobby.
think
and
about
then,
Just
yeah.
think about that. You put the tag titles on Leo and said Shelton wins the TNT championship. Bobby eventually wins the world champ. Bro,
That would have been it there. Yeah.
boy, would I be here for that.
Yeah, that would have been it for sure. By the way, where's Private Party at?
They the tag champs too, right?
Who?
Private Party.
Of what?
No. It's Lashley.
Yeah, Lashley and Benjamin.
Lashley.
Yeah, I don't even seen Private Party in a
Private
minute.
Party ain't, bro. Told you, bro. They feed teams to the Hurt Syndicate and they disappear. Where the guns been since that match?
Well, I guess Big Bill and Keith on their way out, huh? After this,
yeah.
gonna
I guess
see them
we
for a
They
minute.
gonna get some time off after this. What's going on, bro?
damn.
Yeah. They on their way again. They just feeding teams to the Hurt Syndicate. They like here you go.
Yeah.
Again, you gonna make Big Bill look strong, and I feel like you got to make Brian Keith look strong too, because Brian Keith can. You can't have Brian Keith like tossing Lashley around like that. That's like maybe him and Shelton have a moment to where like, because we all know how good Brian Keith is. He just got stuck in this Chris Jericho thing.
All right. Well,
So, and again, he probably accepted it because I feel like a lot of people when they get stuck with these vets, or I should say stuck. I say put with these veterans backstage, they probably see it as a like what Triple H and Ric Flair did for Randy Orton and Batista in Evolution. So they're probably like, oh man, look what it did for these two get put with a vet, with these two vets. Look what it did for so-and-so, Sammy Guevara and all these other guys who got put with a vet or Chris Jericho, so I can see where like people are just jumping at the bit to like do things with Chris Jericho. So I can see the value in it. It's
right.
I feel like this more hurt Brian Keith and Big Bill rather than help them.
All right.
Because now you look at them going against this Hurt Syndicate, and Bobby Lashley and Shelton ain't taking these too serious, bro. They're like, okay, cool. You saw Lashley, MVP was about to say something. Lashley was like, nah, don't waste your words.
Yeah,
bro.
you good. We'll handle them on Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll handle on Sunday. So you got them winning today, obviously.
Yeah.
Any match, any like match that's like,
Is MJF gonna get involved? Is this
Yeah.
gonna be MJF show me?
that's why I was
moment,
thinking
like
that too.
helping them keep the titles.
Yeah.
So I'm like, also, man, this Blake Christensen dude, man, that was in this teaming up with Lee Johnson against Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight.
Yeah. I actually missed that match. I know what you're talking about though. I missed that
Bro.
match. They said that match was straight.
Will clearly wrestled each other because they both from the UK, so they got that chemistry.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't wait. I hope they meet in this Owen Hart Foundation tournament at some point.
I don't even know what the bracket is, but I know him and Osprey and what's the
Kevin
black-
Knight. The
Yeah,
dude
they
he was tag teaming me with.
Yeah,
I don't
they-
even know where this dude came from. I'm like, where did this Kevin Knight dude come from?
I don't know. They said WWE was looking at him and they was heavily thinking about signing them, and then AEW scooped them up.
That's because WWE doing all this unnecessary stuff like fucking Tough Enough 3.5. Like, bro,
He probably was gonna be lost in the shuffle anyway. They was
Yeah.
so like people. This dude named JD from New York, and he
Yeah.
was just like, bro, why is he even on the show on Dynasty already? I feel like it's just a shove it down the throat. WWE, yeah, it most likely is, but at the same time, I'm looking at it as, brothers. Why not take that spotlight? You might not beat Will Ospreay, but let me tell you something.
If you
I
have a
just
good match with Will Ospreay, bro, you know what that could do for you.
exactly, and I just got signed a week. You telling me I get signed? I get hired at a job, and they already trying to put me with the person that's been there already. Not with not night shift. No, we gonna put you on the early morning shift. Hey, I just started doing. It's okay. It's okay. You ain't gotta close. You come in early and leave it. Oh, bad. Because everybody hates the night shift. You already know that now. When you come and start working the night shift, hey man, we gonna get you or get you on the mid shift, 2 to 11.
Yeah.
Dang, 2 to 11. So then you come in, you work, you go. You by the time you get off, you ain't gonna be sleepy because you didn't work this whole time. Take that shower. Now you're gonna sleep 12 or 1 o'clock because I've done it before. Go to sleep. Wake up at now 9, 10 o'clock. You ain't gotta work till 4 hours from now. You ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah.
They ain't do him like that. They put him in the morning shift. Hey, we gonna get you in there early. Work with this veteran. You and him gonna go back and forth. Y'all gonna do all your work, and then, hey, by the time you think about it, it's gonna be afternoon. Now you got your whole day. That's all they're doing with Kevin. Nothing wrong with it. Let the brother shine. He probably gonna put on a good match tonight too. I'm excited for him. Because I didn't check the tag team match out. I was helping out my wife, so I didn't wait to check it out. But
yeah. Before we get to the whole Death Riders and Swerve thing.
Oh man, Hangman too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to talk about. I would not be mad at a Swerve and Hangman team up. Them squashing that beef, especially after Swerve admitting he was wrong.
Yeah, I know. What did you say?
I would not be mad at that tag team. Like, I get it. They both single stars right now, but I would not be mad if they formed some type of truce and Hangman end up helping Swerve with this whole Death Riders thing.
Yeah.
I would not be mad at it because I feel like that storyteller right there, bro. You broke into my house. You burned my house down. You deserved it. I know. Like, bro, this the full circle of them like realizing they both might have took it a little bit too far.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, cool. We coming to an understanding a little bit now. Like, we friends, but we understand that we both might have took things a little bit too far. But in our feud, like, I broke into your crib and was basically standing over your baby crib talking shit. And you were like, all right, you want to come in and essentially threaten the life of my child. All right, bro, I'm gonna burn your new house down. You know what I'm saying? Eye for an eye type shit.
Yeah, we take it too far as co-workers. I don't know how we still at this job, but somehow we still here, bro. You out here doing stuff you should be going to jail for, brother. Yeah,
exactly.
Me too. My bad. What you said? My bad.
Yeah, but Heyman lost. Heyman was like, wait a minute.
I'll be right back.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I gotta go process what this dude just said to me.
I was expecting you to throw blows. Like, wait a minute, we're doing something totally different.
It threw me off guard. The Swerve had me like, what?
Yeah, I had to go back and see I said, what did he say? I was like, he said okay.
Even Heyman walked off still, walked off mad. I'm like, I'm mad he said that to me. Like, I wanted to fight.
Reminds me everybody hates Chris. When Chris was trying to get Caruso to continue to bully him. Yeah. Bro, I honestly think that's one of the dumbest things, but I love that show, but it didn't make sense because it's like, you got tired of this man bullying you. He gets beat up by another bully. Then when it comes to him bullying you, he doesn't do it. So it's like unnatural to you. He's like, bro, ain't picking on me today?
Dude ain't come in to slap my books out and say some racist joke.
I can walk to school free, like walk in my class with no problem. Like, hey, Caruso, what's up, Chris? How's everything going? Hey, you should be all right, cool. No, hey, pick on me, beat me up. That's pretty much how that was.
You gonna slap my books out my hand?
Hey man, say, wait a minute, what?
This is awkward.
All right, you gotta go.
Yeah, I was like, all right, now on to the Death Riders. I'm done, bro.
Man, you done with the story?
I'm done with the story because, I felt like when it started, we were leading to something bigger. Now I just feel like they're a group you just have to keep together.
What the hell happened to Shane McMahon?
Yeah.
I could have sworn early last year
When we
that was it.
started, this was like, oh, like I'm trying to bring AEW back to what it was.
They don't
Like
even talk
you
like that no
work for
more.
me now. We taking
Mm-hmm.
over the company. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, oh, now you just a regular group causing chaos in matches.
Yeah, he really stopped doing that. You right, because they were doing that every week. You don't
Yep.
deserve this title. Somebody has to work for it and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Now I'm just done. I'm like, now, okay, it's time to get the title off of Mox. Like this, I'm tired of Wheeler. I'm tired of Wheeler Yuta. I've been tired of that, man. I'm like, you getting to the point where I'm getting tired of two of the guys I actually like in the group, Claudio and
Claudio, I was
Pop.
about to say Claudio.
I'm
Yeah,
like, come on, man. I was like, you just got Claudio basically standing back here. He the silent bodyguard. He don't say nothing. He come out with his white boots on or his white t-shirt and black jeans and does some strongman stuff to people, and then out. Wheeler Yuta is like the snake. He just the dude, the least intimidating dude of the group. He the spot monkey. He the spot monkey. I'm gonna take all the table shots. I'm gonna take all the chair shots.
yeah,
I'm gonna take the house calls and the whatever
yeah,
finisher. I'm
yeah,
gonna take
yeah,
the pounce
yeah.
from Willow if that happens. Like, and then Pac ain't doing nothing. Pac is just like, I'm here. Marina at this point is doing more than all three of them, bro.
She's the muscle, bro. Like it's kind of crazy to say, but yeah, she's the muscle. She's obviously she's rusty too. We was talking about earlier with Rosario. She's obviously rusty too because first she tried to pick Willow up. I don't know if Willow was actually helping her. I don't know what happened
Yeah,
with that. And then Swerve tried to pick her up, and she
yeah.
wouldn't let him pick him up. I'm like,
It
Arena,
was awkward. That
come
whole
on,
match was just a little
yeah,
bit. That tag match was
yeah.
just a little. It moved a little awkward.
It was, bro. I was like, there's no obviously Swerve and Mox. They really never fought either, but
Yeah,
just with them two, Marina and Willow, I was like, it's not flowing like it should
no.
be. Like it was it was all right, but it should have been better. I
And
was
we all know
expecting it to
Willow better than that. We can go
be.
back to a lot of Willow
Yeah.
previous feuds. Chris Statlander. Anything she's touched,
Mercedes.
it's been good. Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
Anything she's touched, Willow has been good. I just feel like, again, Marina kind of sloppy, which I don't understand how you can be this bad when your husband is Roderick Strong. Your husband, you are literally married to a good wrestler. Is Roderick great on the mic? No. But when he is in that ring, he is the shit. And I'm
Right.
like, how are you so bad? And look who you married to. I'm like, he not teaching you stuff? And you right now, you with three, I'll say 2.5, because Mox ain't been the same for a while.
At least Pocket, yeah, Claudio, yeah, for
Pocket
sure.
Claudio. So I say 2 of the 4 men out in that group should be helping you out, Claudio and Pac.
Yeah.
I just saw a recent clip of Mox where he had his match against what's going on, Nigel? I just saw when he had his match against Tanahashi.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, he took a back body drop and then rolled out of the ring and bladed himself. I'm like, how you get cut open from a backdrop? Like, what are we doing?
Tripping.
You got cut open and you rolled out of the ring and bladed. Then you come up and you got blood all over your face. I'm like, he didn't even hit you in your face. He backdropped you.
Bad drop is tough. Bad drop tough.
Like, at least cut your back or something.
Right.
Your
That's
face.
wild.
I'm like, that just looked. You like, that's LeBron stuff. You flopping at this point. It's like, what are we doing? I was like, Mox, what are we doing? I was like, honestly, I'm going to say this. You ain't got to necessarily go back to the WWE, but bring back Dean Ambrose. Because or bring back early John Moxley when he had the matches with like Kenny Omega and like all these other dudes. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, what is this John Moxley we got now? Like, bring back Wild Thing John Moxley.
Yeah.
This is terrible. Death Riders just ended up easily like the Jericho Appreciation Society and it's gonna end up like the learning tree. You need to either bring this to an end and have Swerve take the title off this man.
That's what I'm hoping tonight. That's what I'm hoping. Because he won it last year in Dynasty, right?
Yeah, and I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping with him and Hangman,
I think that's
I ain't
the
gonna
goal.
say coming to this understanding,
Right.
but his words kind of got through to the ultimate crash out.
I think that's the goal for them
And he
to
gonna
do
end up helping Swerve in this match.
it. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I got the card up right now because I'm like, I went back and had to look at it and look at all some of these unnecessary matches on here. So we already said Chris Jericho and Bandito. Why? Why do we need the Patriarchy versus AR Fox? And
That's the 0 flight, the 0 hour, right?
okay, that's 0 hour.
Yeah.
Y'all just gonna have Max Castigat on 0 hour just to get beat up again. I'm hoping it just leads to Anthony Bowens come out.
Didn't he just do that yesterday?
Yes. He's on 0 hour doing another open challenge again. Okay. Let's go, Max. You're the best wrestler.
Tripping, man. I was like, didn't you just do that yesterday? All right. I didn't watch the show, but I remember seeing the card yesterday. All right.
I miss listen, Max. Listen. Cut me cut me a freestyle again, Max. Let me get Platinum Max Caster back. Not this, whatever this is. It looked like you a cross between Macho Man, NWO, and you still trying to be in the Acclaimed. Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. Why?
That could have been yesterday.
Why?
Yep.
I don't even care about Daniel Garcia and
Adam Cole. They've been fighting the last 3 weeks.
Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole. That whole story was built on this man is holding the AEW title, but you built that whole story on a Ring of Honor. And it's not even for a Ring of Honor title.
Tough. Yeah, they could have had that yesterday.
Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, unnecessary. Could did that yesterday. Jericho and Bandito, you could have put that on 0 hour or did it yesterday.
I love Mercedes, but that match could have happened yesterday because she fought yesterday.
Yeah, Mercedes and Julia Hart.
And they fought. Them two was fighting with each other. Like it was tag team. Yeah. They obviously could have.
The only thing I'm here for out of that match is I like this Harley Cameron and like this unsteady relationship between Harley Cameron and Mercedes. You got Mercedes talking to the puppet now.
Yeah, she said Mercedes made the puppet, or not made it, but that was her idea.
I'm just saying, I like what they doing now. Did you see the little backstage segment where they were stretching and getting ready for their match?
No, I didn't watch that yesterday. I didn't watch it.
So they were talking and whatnot, and then Harley Cameron, who was a great ventriloquist, multi-talented woman.
Right.
She does the Minnie Monet voice, and she got Sasha talking to the puppet now, or Mercedes talking to the puppet. She's like, "Shut up, Minnie Monet." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, she talked to her on Wednesday too. Yeah.
I was I'm okay with this. Right here. Whatever you about to do with Harley and Mercedes, whether it leads to them being together or it leads to another match, I like this right now. So we need to keep Harley involved with Mercedes for as long as we possibly can.
Right.
Especially now that she brought back Minnie Monet. So I'm again, Julia Hart, where did she come from and why does she deserve this title shot?
And title shot.
It ain't a title shot, so it's just a singles match?
No, it's for that Hart. I mean, that Owen Hart. That's what I'm saying. It could have been yesterday. You could have had that segment with Harley Cameron still, and then just have her fight. So now we just gonna do the same thing with just a singles match.
Mercedes gonna win this match.
Who won yesterday?
Athena, and
yeah. They're not gonna let her. They're not gonna let her lose twice.
Or Athena cost Mercedes the match to just fuel their feud some more.
Yeah, because I thought that's what was gonna happen, but
the way that match ended too quick. The way that match ended was interesting. So Julia had Harley and the move AJ Lee used to do, the little submission move.
Yeah.
And Mercedes went in to try to break it up, and then you see Athena slide in, and Mercedes slides back out. It was like, yeah, I'm good. Essentially, letting Harley take the tap out.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe Athena somehow cost her this match, or Mercedes ends up winning because I think Athena is also involved in this Owen Hart tournament.
Probably so. We probably see it on Wednesday or something like that.
So I don't see rated FTR beat the Death Riders.
No, that's a story right there. What's it? Is it Dax or Wheeler?
I feel like all three of them are on shaky ground, but it's mostly Dax and Cash.
Yeah.
Who are on have more of a shaky relationship. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say, the best 3 matches on this card are gonna be Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight, the triple threat between Kenny Omega, Speedball, and Ricochet.
That's the only thing I don't. Honestly, that's the biggest match. Well, besides the Swerve, that's the biggest match I want to see. But there's no build up because Kenny was not on Wednesday, went on Saturday. I don't remember last time I seen
it's just
Kenny.
Been Ricochet and Speedball.
And that's like I'm like, man, come on, bro. We gotta have the champ too. Gotta have the champ.
Megan Bayne versus Tony Storm.
Yeah.
Megan Bayne versus Tony Storm is about to be good.
Yeah.
I feel like those matches, Swerve and Mox, it has the potential to be good.
Oh, after last time,
it's just if Mox gotta bring back Wild Thing Mox for this match. We can't have this whatever you've been. I feel like you just ain't the same dude, man. You not the same dude. I'm over you, bro. And I was with you when you first joined the company. I was with you. I was with you, riding with you. I was with you when you had the Wild Thing because it reminded me of Major League when Charlie Sheen character was coming out the Wild Thing and coming from the crowd. So I was like, all right, I see what y'all doing. Y'all kind of giving him like the Charlie Sheen treatment. So he like the dude. And then it's like once he lost that world title again, it's just got worse.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm not here for it. And I feel like Swerve probably gonna carry most of this match.
I can see that.
Especially after the spot he just took with the glass on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
Glass, by the way, Brooks.
Yeah, that shit was insane, bro. This man got up like he was the Undertaker or like a zombie.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, cool. And again, Swerve has said multiple times, the most dangerous man in AEW. I don't know if you can have that moniker now with Hangman running around backstage, but
I think that's what they setting up. I don't know if it's going to be the title, but I don't think they ever fought for the title.
No, I want Hangman to help him win this match, and I want another match with him and Hangman to kind of just like, all right, settle it.
Yeah, I think that's
this is it right here. Like, you help me get the world title back. You the first person who gets a crack at the world title.
It's only right.
It's only right.
It's all right.
And it puts an end to this Death Riders thing. We can move the hell on.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, have them all drop the titles. Trios, take them away. World Championship, take it away.
Yeah.
And just have this group just dissolve. Like,
we're going to see what happens.
Matter of fact, you can easily, because your tag division ain't super strong right now, you can easily put Pocket Claudio in the tag division.
Yeah, them versus the Hurt Syndicate would be nice.
So
nice.
Keep 2 of them together. Wheeler Yuta, no one really likes Wheeler Yuta.
No, he just.
I feel like Wheeler Yuta had his moment where the fans were behind him when he was with when he was with Trent Beretta and the best.
Yeah,
he was with Orange Cassidy and them. Mm-hmm. Oh, people loved Wheeler Yuta. Now, ever since you turned on Bryan Danielson, bro, people are done with you, bro.
Cool.
I feel like they were done before that. People were tired of Wheeler Yuta. So I'm like, that just kind of helped people just be done with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do we ever see Bryan Danielson back to kind of address the Wheeler Yuta thing? We don't know because he said, again, his health is kind of with his neck and everything.
Yeah. Take a little minute. So, take a little break on that for sure. Yeah.
So again, he's retired from full-time in-ring work. So he could pop up just for some part-time stuff anytime he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like match of the night, just off of spots alone, is going to be Omega, Speedball, or Ricochet.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited about that match. I just don't like
But
the build.
Will and Kevin Knight could also easily steal the night as well because they both are very athletic dudes who can go in the ring, whether they have chemistry or not. It seems like they move well together in the ring.
Start at 7 Central,
yeah, 7, I believe. Yes,
8 Eastern.
7, 8 Eastern. Yeah,
that ain't bad.
Hurt Syndicate and Big Bill and Brian Keefe. That could potentially be a good tag team match.
Yeah,
that could, especially I feel like I just called him Big Bill, even though I hate it, but. Fuck it. That's his name in AEW. I ain't got no choice. I feel like Big Bill has proven that he can go in the ring. He could probably be a single star if he wanted to.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Not a world champion, but like a TNT champion.
Right, yeah.
Maybe going to ROH and winning the television title. I could see that. Is Chris Jericho still the Ring of Honor World Champion?
That's what that's for.
Yep. Okay. So again, maybe do that. He beats Chris Jericho. Just be kind of like a full circle, like, hey,
yeah, I can see that.
Now I'm in your face.
I like that.
You dismiss me and Brian Keefe like we ain't help you keep that title. Now I'm in your face. Now you got to deal with me. Because we know they're not beating the Hurt Syndicate. Let's be real. No. Whether MJF helped or not, they're not beating the Hurt Syndicate. They too over right now. They're supposed to be heels coming out of the heel tunnel. And they are getting cheered every time.
We hurt people. I like that song when I first heard it, but yeah, we hurt.
I didn't like it at first, and now it grew on me.
Man, I like that song when I first heard it. I like I can't remember his name, the dude that rap West Side Gun. Yeah.
That's so speaking of themes, that randomly I pulled up No Name Tim, his theme song he did for Camacho and Tomatonga. G.O.D., the G.O.D. thing. I am hoping one day that they somehow, and from what I heard, I thought No Name Tim was Tomatonga's producer. So I'm like, you need to give them that theme back. You need to put Camacho back with his brother. They need to be G.O.D. again. Whether you can use the name or not, whatever. You don't have to necessarily use the name.
Yeah.
No, actually, never mind. You can't bring that theme back without calling them Guerrillas of Destiny, because the song literally says Guerrilla Tactics. So,
yeah.
So, I see why. Damn, I just kind of answered my own question there. All right.
You're good. So you straight with everything on AEW?
Yeah. Now, moving on to what's been talked about.
Bro, all weekend.
All weekend was been coming across my timeline of SmackDown. And one specific segment on SmackDown.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and jump into that because I'm missing a lot of people talk about that one, bro. A lot of people.
Tiffy and Charlotte.
A lot of people been talking about that.
Getting a little personal. Look, Tiffy needed that. Like I said last time we talked, Tiffy needed that badly. Charlotte, I feel like people mad at Tiffy because whether she went off script, whether it's a work, whatever the case may be. We act like Tiffany was the first person to say some of these things to Charlotte. I don't know if you've seen the Alexa Bliss video I sent you from Facebook. I was like, Alexa kind of did it first.
Oh, no, I ain't seen it. I don't be on Facebook.
Alexa kind of did it first, and we forgetting that Alexa did it first. I'm like, Alexa called Charlotte out immediately, calling like, hey, who are you without the title? You put on this front like nothing bothered you.
Good point.
Alexa said everything Tiffy said first.
That's a good point.
It's just Tiffy just took it hit her with the personal jab. Look, like Charlotte ain't been known to hit people with personal stuff. Look at her whole issue with Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Becky Lynch was nothing but personal. Her and Ronda was personal.
Yeah.
Like, so we can't act like Charlotte is. People out here saying, "Oh, Tiffany should have went off script." When Tiffany did this, Tiffany should have did that.
Didn't Charlotte do this 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
When
Like,
everybody was just saying she got cooked. That's
yeah.
what everybody kept telling her. Oh,
I was
this was
like,
terrible
Charlotte
for
got
Tiffany.
cooked. Charlotte got cooked worse than what she did, Tiffany. The worst thing you could have did was you should have had that be a backstage segment.
Exactly
The
what I
moment
was
you put
thinking.
it in the ring and you let the crowd react, it was a wrap for Charlotte. It was a wrap. Because we all know everybody is Team Tiffy right now.
Yep.
Charlotte, people was like, I don't understand the undeserved Charlotte hate. It's not that. It's not hate. We're not saying Charlotte is terrible in the ring. We're not saying none of that. It's just how she always leaves. Like Tiffy said, it don't matter how much time you take off.
Right back in time.
And you come back, the fans will never be on your side. And it's not because of Charlotte the person. It's because what WWE has done to Charlotte.
John Cena-ish.
She gets missing for 6-7 months, whatever the case may be, injury, whatever it may be. And then you come back and you immediately give her a title shot. Charlotte should not have won the Royal Rumble. End the story. She is you essentially compounded Charlotte's problems by having her win in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Her problem is the crowd. The crowd is sick of Charlotte. It's not the wrestler Charlotte. It's the booking of Charlotte. She has been doing this since her fuse with Sasha, Becky, Bayley, all of the former horsewomen
Same old
of
shit.
NXT. She did it with Nia Jax.
Yep.
You killed Rhea's momentum for 2 years. Like we people have selective memories on like Charlotte is squeaky clean in this. She is not by any means. Tiffy hit it right on the nose. You will continue to be the crowd's least favorite Nepo baby. That's what you are right now. You can woo. Even Alexa said it during that promo. She was like, "Who are you without the title?" And she said, "Woo!" And Alexa was like, "That's not even originally yours."
Right.
Who are you without a title around your waist? Alexa said again, "You don't even know."
Yep. That's what I think it's Don, the mayor.
Yeah.
I think that was him that time. He said, everybody don't need a championship. The only if you need a championship, that lets you know how big of a star you are. Not saying that Charlotte, but I it's hard to say it now because she don't have the title. But probably when you think about it, she probably ain't nothing without a title. Because if she don't have those championships, all you just look at her as, Ric Flair's daughter.
You have to have Tiffany win this match.
Remember I told you a couple weeks ago. Now you looked at me crazy. You was like, I don't know. I was like, I got a feeling.
Look, man, it's just because of WWE's past booking of Charlotte.
True.
And again, I'm not backstage. This is all speculation.
Right.
But Charlotte seemed like she good at playing the political game backstage. She good at getting in the right people's ear and whatever. Again, Charlotte has not been known to put people over when it's time to put people over.
Especially on
Rhea, Sasha, Bayley, the whole triple threat with her and Ronda Ronda and Becky at WrestleMania, which I was there for, and that finish was botched.
Yeah.
Because of all the personal turmoil between the three women. So Charlotte has not, that's what I'm going off of. I'm going off of past events, and I'm like, yeah, people could say leave the past in the past, but like when this happened more than 3 times, do we really need to leave the past in the past?
Yeah, I really can't do that.
If Charlotte goes over Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania, they are going to hear about it from the IWC.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to get ripped apart by the IWC.
I don't think she'll win it, though.
I hope not. Again, I personally want Tiffany to win. I just can't see it. Now I can see it. After the promo war on Friday, now I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Now I can believe in Tiffy. Now I believe Tiffy can hold on to this title because again, that backstage promo segment was kind of rocky. You could tell she was kind of reading off of something in front of her. I feel like that's where you need to. That's where you need to put Tiffy. You need to put her in the ring.
I
Put her in
think
the ring and let her cut promos out in front of the crowd so she can get that crowd reaction. Not sitting backstage on the couch with a camera in front of her reading cue cards. Let her talk. Let her so that she can hold this title and elevate this title because she can. She can. I just again, Charlotte need to. Some people say Charlotte, if she loses, she need to go away and never come back. I ain't saying that. Charlotte, no. She just needs to go wait her turn in the queue.
there you go.
Go wait your
Somebody
turn.
else step up now.
Wait your turn and work your way up. Again, like we would love to see that. If that was the story they presented us when you were coming back, oh, I lost my way. I'm trying to find my way back. I'm trying to earn my way back to the top. Have you given us that, Charlotte, and just gave us great matches like we know Charlotte can do? We would have been fine.
Yeah.
None of this would be happening right now had you just been like, let Charlotte earn that title shot back. Not just have her come back after being gone for almost a year and winning one of the main event. Basically having her essentially stamp her spot to the main event. Like we all knew the moment you announced Charlotte coming back for the Rumble, she was going to win.
We are.
Which is unfortunate that like everybody knew it.
Yeah.
So again, Tiffy and Charlotte need to be done after Mania, and Charlotte needs to go wait her turn in the queue and work her way back up.
Yeah. I don't know what made me think about it. I forgot what it is now because it was about a month ago that I said I think Tiffany gonna win, and I think a couple weeks ago when they had that, that viral moment of Charlotte, cooking her is what people were saying. I feel like that's the moment where it turned like, all right, Tiffany, you got to step up now. You didn't got embarrassed on national television, and then, I think the week after that, it was the turning, her jumping with the security guards, her flipping, missing Charlotte, and they're doing it again, missing Charlotte. I think a lot of people just like, a lot of people on the internet, they always poking stuff, peeking stuff, looking at every small detail. But then, and bashing Tiffany. Then, when it's the opposite's turn, when it's Tiffany's turn to actually win something, in a debate or argument or whatever the segment was, Tiffany shouldn't have went personal. So let me let's go back to the segment though. Tiffany ignited the fans. If you like my clip that I have on here is actually longer. I cut it because it was so long, and I figured if I get it right here on, it would actually do straight, because before that, Charlotte went first. And I said, no, bro, I don't need that, because Charlotte was just talking for at least 2 minutes, something like that. That video's too long. I cut it exactly how I should have cut it. So if you watch the whole thing, Charlotte and Tiffany were going at it. And Tiffany said something about, hey, you can't get over with the crowd, like you said.
Yep.
Then after that, that's when Charlotte tried to talk again. Tiffany ignited the fans, her talking. With Tiffany saying what she's saying, they listened to what she said. That's when the fans came on. So this is my issue with what people are saying. Charlotte is the veteran. Charlotte's the champion. Charlotte's the queen, the Nepo queen, whatever you want to call it. A little crowd reaction shouldn't be an issue for you. You should be able to talk over them. You have a microphone.
Cracked. She cracked.
She had nothing. Yeah, she couldn't talk. She talking about Chicago. Yeah, it's Chicago.
She could not handle that.
Yes.
She could not handle that.
So that goes back to the back part. They might have been protecting you, Charlotte. And I always said that Tiffany's not good at mic skills.
No.
I feel like she's gotten better, and maybe off script, she's probably better. That's probably what the problem is. She's going on script. When she goes off script, she might be a little bit better.
Not to cut you off. With the whole off script thing, that brings me to, if I can't remember, I think I remember it correctly. Seth Rollins, I believe, said this. He was like, Nothing is off limits when you're cutting a promo.
I agree with that.
Even John Cena, nothing is off limits when you're cutting a promo.
Mm-hmm.
People are all pissed because Charlotte went on that talk show and she like cried about her divorce. Like, I mean, again, 0-3. And Charlotte, you not old. Like, I don't consider you old. I think Charlotte around our age. So, or
Yeah.
maybe she might be in her 40s already. I'm not sure, but I
I
want to
think
say
she approaching
around
it.
our age.
Yeah, I think she's approaching it. Yeah.
So I'm like, you really mad again for things you've done to multiple people. I'm like, you've brought up personal stuff. You've brought up Becky and Seth Rollins. I'm almost positive you said something about Ronda's husband, Travis Thompson. Nothing's off limits when you're cutting a promo. That just brings me back to that.
Yeah, so I feel like she should have been able to overcome the crowd. Logan Paul, Dominic Mysterio. I mean, Dominic, he's young, so he really doesn't know, and he doesn't have the opportunities to try to talk as much. He doesn't even cut promos. I'm not looking for Dom to cut no promo. But Logan Paul gets booed out every time. Guess what? He still gets out what he wants to say, no matter what you're booing.
He's good at talking over people.
Exactly.
Like, it just comes with how he is outside of the ring. I feel like the best thing you've done with Logan Paul is let him be Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give him a character. He don't need a character. He already is a character in and of himself. Just everything he's done before he even got to the WWE. That was the best thing you could have done for Logan Paul, is just let him be the villain he already is.
Yep. Charlotte should have been able to just talk, say what she got to say. And then the thing is, before Tiffany even said something, guess what? Charlotte threw the alley-oop to Tiffany. People ain't even talking about that. She said, you go ahead and have the last word.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't even supposed to say nothing.
Yep.
All right, bet.
You couldn't handle the crowd giving you that nuclear heat.
I'm finna give you something else.
So you were like, all right, say something. Because what you was hoping what was going to happen, you passed it back to Tiffany. She was going to say some BS, and then you were going to be able to cook her with the last comment.
She ran off. She ran off on her and said, "Hey,
Tiffany dropped that bomb on you.
0-3,
rolled out of the ring, and then you got pissed. You could tell you were visibly pissed. That's why you said the whole Kaiser in my DMs, and then Ludwig responded.
Yeah, I was like, actually, did you see that
with the Shawn Michaels clip?
Yeah, man. So again, I like it.
Was it off script? I'm gonna say it was off script because WWE took the time to scrub it from the internet.
Oh yeah, they took it off.
So it was definitely off script. That's why people are like, if Lou would respond, was it really off script? I'm like, I don't think WWE would cut that whole
they cut that
thing
part
off the internet if it wasn't off script.
They cut that part off. The only way you can watch that is you watch a creator video. Mine is still up.
Wade Baird was in there like.
He tried to like, hey.
He went to stop her. He was like, I'm good. He backed up real quick. He was like, he was about to stop Charlotte because he thought Charlotte was go go after her when she rolled out the ring. And he was like, I was like, this is awkward as hell. I'm going to go ahead and bow out while I got the opportunity to go back to the desk.
For the people that's saying, man, it's I don't like it. It was awkward. It was messy. It's women. It's women. Can we forget? Do y'all know about Baddies Club? Do y'all know about Love and Hip Hop? Do y'all know about anything divas? Bro, that's what women do. They're messy. Yep. Just because it's wrestling, it's acting. It's what they call. They want to do the cinema first. Yeah. They want to do. That's what they want to do.
He's not a woman, but we could also bring it back to the dude who been making his rounds around there, Aaron the plumber, who out here trying to fight everybody.
Making the money too. You know, started on the 20 versus 1. Now he's over the pop balloon. My bad. Now he's on Erica Mena show and all this. Bro, that's what people like.
He went on that Erica Mena show, was fighting everybody.
That's what people like.
Hands and feet on everybody for no reason.
Drama, messy. That's what people like, and that's why it's such a big talking point, a big clip, and that's why everybody is got their own opinions because that's what people like to see. I hate to say that, but yeah, you're here to watch wrestling, but at the same time, they're storytelling first. Yeah, that wasn't no
WWE has
storytelling,
always said that.
but
WWE has always said
yeah,
that. It's literally in the name, World Wrestling
entertainment.
Entertainment.
Exactly. That's what you got. That's all you got. I was entertained by
I
it.
was
Shit.
entertained. I was locked in. For real, for real. I'm not even look. Jade and Naomi was Jade and Naomi. We kind of, Jade came out,
Shout out to the Queens getting that match
beat
too. I
them
think
up. Jade came out,
yeah.
got her paws on her, beat her up for a little bit. Then Nick Aldis was like, "I'm done with y'all, bros. Let's go ahead and give y'all what y'all want. Make this match for Mania," which we all knew was going to happen. Heel Naomi has been killing it.
Yeah.
Heel
They deserve
Naomi
it.
has been killing it.
Yeah.
Like, this was so much better because, like, when she did the whole Team Bad thing with Sasha and
Tamina, yup.
I was like, she can't be a heel. She too nice. I feel like she just naturally too nice to where she can't portray a bad guy. And now I'm like, I'm eating my words a little bit. And I'm like, okay. All right, Naomi.
Yeah, she doing her thing. I love it.
I'm like, I don't know. Again, I think this is a lot of people think the gear is kind of I feel like it is and it isn't a tribute to Owen Hart. Or, yeah, it is and it's kind of not because Owen Hart's family don't want nothing to do with WWE. That's why they got the Owen Hart tournament on AEW, not WWE.
Yeah.
If you watch Owen Hart's Dark Side of the Ring, you will also understand why his wife and family want nothing to do with WWE. I think this is Naomi's character because you saw when she cut the little promo in the little dusty warehouse or wherever she was.
Yeah.
She was like, proceed with caution.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me post that and kept muting it.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I like that. They gave her a little catchphrase now. I like that. Proceed with caution. Now she got the caution gear on. The same caution tape that was around, basically
the situation
feeding into the store.
Yep.
So I'm here for, and the facial expressions there too. I'm loving the just evil facial expressions. I'm like, okay, Naomi.
She looking obsessed now.
Yeah. I'm like, this. I like this. I'm like, this is because now I'm almost to the point where I'm like, I kind of don't need Bianca to be healed now. I don't need it now.
That story's still there. But yeah,
it's still there.
It's still
You know what I'm saying?
It's still there. Yeah.
It's still there, but I kind of don't need it now, though.
Yeah.
I'm kind of good with the Naomi being on her own with Jade as a heel and with the whole Twitter feuds back and forth. Here for this. I feel like this also helps Jade. Whereas people were starting to sour on Jade, now it's making Jade.
I ain't heard that at all. What's up, Pablo? I ain't heard nobody say none of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Nobody been saying nothing bad about Jade.
Before she got thrown into the car shield, everybody was starting to turn on Jade. Like, why is she in the ring? She holding Bianca back. She botching all the time. Now, I feel like whether it was an injury or was for story, I think she was hurt. She was actually hurt, even though some people backstage believe she wasn't actually hurt.
Want to take a vacation, what they saying.
That's all hearsay and dirt sheets. She needed that time to go back to the PC and get coached up.
Yeah, that's what she needed. Exactly.
She needed that time at the PC to get herself right and basically get in where she fit in character wise.
Right.
And I feel like she had been able to be herself as far as with Bianca, because even Bianca mentioned Jade is most people know, as you've seen from her AEW, that Jade is a nerd, comic book wise, anime wise. We've seen all of her attires. Bianca had even said Jade tried to get her to do some of the character attires, and Bianca wasn't really trying to do it. So I'm like, now we gonna get to see Jade actually be Jade. I'm excited to see what her gear gonna be at Mania. Who you paying tribute to, hero wise, anime wise? Because even though a lot of people some people didn't care for her AEW run, I was like, we got some great gear out of that. She did the She-Hulk gear. She did Chitara from Thundercats gear.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
She had the Storm gear, X-Men gear. I'm like, gear wise, I'm excited. That's one thing. Another thing, like people might not be excited about the Mania card, but the one thing that gets me excited about Mania is the entrances and the gear people been holding on to for
And storytelling.
for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
this is
yeah.
my Mania gear because you
Yeah.
know they've been after
Right.
Mania over. These wrestlers already plotting like, what am I going to wear for next year's
Right.
Mania?
Right.
Seth Rollins probably has a closet full of
Yeah.
Mania gear,
He said he got he has a closet for him, and he got
which
a
is like
closet.
shorts and t-shirts.
Right. Yeah. He got a
And then
closet
Seth
for Seth
Rollins, the
Rollins.
wrestler, has
Yeah.
a whole
Insane,
different
bro.
wardrobe.
Insane, bro. That's crazy. But I think it was the first time since a non-title. It's the first time for women to fight in a non-title. Since 19,
Okay.
WrestleMania 19 or something like
Okay.
that. And obviously they're women of color. So it's a double bonus right there. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. I've always said when they first started the three, when they was trying to, I didn't like it last year with Bianca. They was like, we want to see Bianca and Jade. I'm like, no, bro, it's not now, not right now. We're not there yet.
No, nah.
Bianca's way past Jade right now, like galaxies and wrestling.
She's dealing with Crash Out Rhea and Io right now.
Yeah. But no, that's when they was with tag team. They was like
Yeah.
they should break up and fight. I'm like, no, bro. Like you can tell, Jade's not there yet. She's still not there yet. So her fighting Naomi helps. Naomi's gonna get her straight. She been practicing, like you said. She been to PC with Liv. That's why when her first match, she fought Liv. She's been dealing with her. So it's like now with Naomi, I love it. I don't care who wins. But I just want to see them put on a good match. I hope it's not a bad match. Everything else with the WrestleMania card is getting a little iffy for me because I feel like they're throwing too many matches on there. Obviously the Kevin Owens match and Randy Orton, that match is scrap.
That would hurt,
I
man.
thought
That would
I honestly thought that it was a work at the first.
I could see it in Kevin eyes, man. That would work.
Once
And
he
then,
came out.
people keep trying to say it was a work, but I'm like, look at Kevin's last 2 matches he's had on PLEs.
Yeah.
That spot he took from Cody off the announce
ladder.
table,
Yeah,
that
ladder,
probably
yeah.
did not help.
Because he never moved. Yeah. Because he said he felt it in just a random match on SmackDown or something like that. Yeah.
That probably did not help. Then on top of the extremely physical, unsanctioned match him and Sammy had, the spots in that match were crazy too. And I'm sure he got dropped through tables, through ladders, chairs were involved. Like they did some crazy spots, as Kevin and Sammy always do.
I think Sammy put him through. He put him through that chair or something like.
Yeah.
Remember those stacked chairs?
Yep.
Then he hit him with a barbed wire chair
Kevin has put his body on the line
for years
for years with us. Crazy matches
with Roman.
with Roman.
And ran over by that cart.
All his matches with Sammy.
Yeah.
The matches with Randy. The matches with Drew. Like the Usos. All the super kicks he took from the Usos. Like,
Kevin been through it. Bro.
Kevin, if anybody deserves just some time off, and I hate that it had to come to like possibly a career-ending injury. Like we know how neck surgeries kind of just hinder people's career. Like Edge, Daniel Bryan, Paige. Neck injuries. Stone Cold when he broke his neck. Kurt Angle when he broke his neck.
Didn't Benoit have a neck injury?
Yeah, Benoit had a neck injury. Like neck, Big E.
Yep, exactly.
Like so, like, and then for that dude from what
man.
what he yelled at Kevin, you're full of shit. If that's what he actually yelled at Kevin, I feel like you don't get that reaction from Kevin without you saying something extremely disrespectful. Because you see, they cut the camera.
Yeah,
away.
they got it. Yeah,
So we know people. Some people were trying to say it was a plant. It was not a plant. WWE ain't gonna cut the camera away if it was a plant in the crowd.
Right. They would have showed that.
But I also do love the long-term storytelling with Nick Aldis and Randy with the whole fine. Because people forget he already paid for the fine. So we knew the RKO was coming down the road.
Yeah.
We just didn't know when. You know what I'm saying? I watched the segment again. He was like, Randy, you handed me $100,000. He was like, that's for the next time.
Yeah. Do you want them to fight? I honestly, now that I'm looking at it, I'm cool with Randy.
I
not
want people
fighting
to
him.
know Nick Aldis is not just a backstage
Yeah,
dude. Nick Aldis
it's
can go. If
Magnus.
you have
Yeah,
not seen
NWA.
Magnus,
It's
or
me.
if you not seen Magnus, or when he was Nick Aldis for that little bit of TNA, I need them to show that Nick Aldis is not just a dude who ain't just taking shit from people backstage. Nick Aldis can go.
He probably better than half of the people in SmackDown.
Nick Aldis can go. It's probably again like Wade Barrett.
Yeah,
Injuries.
yeah. He had a neck issue, if I'm mistaken, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But Wade Barrett has even said, he was like, the right storyline, I'd come back and do a match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wade Barrett has said that. He was like, for the right storyline, it has to make sense. He was like, I'd come back and do a story. I'd leave the announce table for a bit and do a story. The same thing with Corey Graves. A lot of people always forget Corey Graves is cleared. He could wrestle again.
Probably don't want to.
But he's had, the reason why Corey had to drop wrestling, concussions.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's.
So does he really want to risk concussion?
Yeah.
Because that concussion could be your last concussion.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah. And concussions with stuff like that, anything can trigger that.
Yep.
Him getting
So-
it might not hit his head, you know, just
Yeah.
whiplash to the turnbuckle. Boom.
Mhm.
You know, you hit, boom. You know that.
All for it. Not really interested in the Street Profits and Motor City Machine Gun. Don't really care. As much
Is that for Mania?
I don't think it's for Mania. I think it's for next week. I don't think either of the tag titles are going to be on Mania. So
They got the women. All right. Oh, okay. So are you okay with Randy having a match or not? I'm cool with him not having one because now I feel like they're stacking the card. They're stacking the card now. Like
yeah, because I feel like maybe Naomi and Jade was the replacement for that because he hadn't made that match yet.
I thought they was gonna have that regardless.
I did too, but like they hadn't made it like official yet. Because I feel like maybe the card was getting too full, so they were like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to squeeze this in.
Right. I figured. So like, all right. So if you take Kevin and Randy and we'll just go with your scenario. You take Randy and Kevin off, and then you add Jade and Naomi.
Oh shit, what's going on, Titus?
So then, IC title, Braun Breaker, the 4-way.
Yep.
And then I guess, because I think what they're doing now, it's really scrapping a match for Monday. So, you know, Bailey and Lyra, they're fighting each other, right?
Yep.
Monday. But they're
Yep.
teaming up Friday. So that means, obviously, I know what you're doing.
Yep.
These two are fighting each other. Liv and Raquel are probably going to get involved with that match. They're going to team up Friday in a gauntlet match. So most likely they're going to win that match to fight Liv and Raquel. And it's like, I see what y'all doing, but it's like, why would you show me that? You could have said we're going to have a tag team gauntlet match.
Yep.
That's how you had to
do
say.
they in the War Raiders.
Exactly.
We see the War Raiders like 4 or 5 for like a month and a half, and now do they win a match? And all right,
There you go. Here they are.
here we go. Here they are. They're back.
And like that one to me, when I seen it, I said, that don't need to be. I get it. I honestly thought that it was gonna be bad on WWE side to not have Liv Morgan on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because Liv Morgan, we gonna get to the All Pro, the WWE All Pro selections in a couple weeks. But Liv is honestly, she was probably holding down the women's side. So like, especially Raw. So like, you can't just take her off and not have her on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with them doing that, but hopefully they just don't stack the card up anymore to what it is and it end up being matches that it shouldn't be. Because Jacob Fatu and LA Knight, they have a match on WrestleMania.
Please, y'all that mean, please put that title on Jacob Fatu, bro. Golly, please, bro. I love LA Knight, but that man is not as over as Jacob Fatu.
No.
Jacob Fatu is over. LA Knight, your shirt says probably ain't selling like Jacob's. Jacob got everybody wait for the Yada the Mean shirt. We already got the all gas, no brake shirts. We already got the whoop your ass from post to post, coast to coast shirt. Yeah.
That match was cool.
Yeah, Braun Strowman has improved immensely with this second run. He's like Nia Jax. I feel like him and Nia Jax
second run. Okay, yeah.
needed to get released to come back and prove themselves.
Lost some
Nia
weight.
Jax, her whole run last year was top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Strowman now being involved with like a major storyline, like his thing with Bronson Reed was good.
That's why I think I said it was okay, because
Yeah,
Bronson Reed matches,
I can't wait for that man to
top
come back.
tier,
Good
like
Lord, I can't wait for that man
a
to come
last
back.
man
Who is
standing
going to
match.
catch the tsunamis?
Yes.
Who is going to catch the tsunamis when this man come back?
A last man standing match would have been bro,
Been crazy, bro.
yeah.
The stuff they were already doing just backstage, bro. Go.
Right.
Even though we know it was a fake wall, but like all that fake wall throwing each other off the cars, bro.
Right. That's why I said this match was okay. It was okay. Like compared to them, man, Bronson Reed took over the summer last year. Took over. Like
then we gonna get to my boy finally. Animal, bro. My boy Phoenix has arrived, man.
What you thought about the match, bro? And the entrance?
Loved it. Even though you did not put them together. You gave him and Penta essentially the same damn merch and logo. You literally gave him Penta logo and just made it Phoenix.
Rinse and repeat for sure. Yeah.
And when you sent me the mask, I was like, this jump probably gonna fray and be all stringy by the time it get with to me and come in some cheap WWE plastic baggie. And you charge us $75. You know what I found on eBay? A dude who sell masks. $50 Ray Phoenix mask, and it looked 20 times better than the BS WWE selling. Penta again is selling his ring worn mask on his IG. Why would I buy your $75 piece of garbage when I could buy from the man himself, from the person who made his mask personally, not some, I hate to say it, some Malaysian kid you probably got in a sweatshop putting these masks together.
Oh man, I liked it. I liked the match.
But I loved the match. At first, I was like, when he came out, I was like, oh, they just kind of gave him like a face cover like Penta. I was like, what is it? What did they do to my boy's mask? I was like, what happened?
Yeah, Rey Mysterio-ish. Yeah.
I was like, why is his mouth so covered? Can he breathe in that? Then when I fast forwarded, I was like, oh, okay, it was just a cover like Penta. I was like, okay. I'm like, good God. I was like, why would you change such an iconic mask? I like the mask.
The match cooked too.
The match cooked. Nathan Frazier.
Even
though you knew he was going to lose that match, but that is who you needed to show it.
Somebody with that same size. Yep. Yeah. Excuse me.
I hate that. I don't like orange as a color. So I love Phoenix, but I don't like. I always think orange is an ugly ass color to me. I don't like orange. The only time orange ever worked is when Taz was doing the black and orange.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
But I know why they did it, because it's the character Phoenix. Phoenix are kind of like traditionally like the orangish red color.
Could be yellow.
I get it.
Yeah, could be a
but
yellow, red.
I'm just waiting till he get more colorways.
Right.
Like Penta's starting to evolve his colors a little bit. He's still sticking within the like red and black and white, but he's starting to evolve the like suits, and the masks are starting to change here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just trying to stay on par with his merch for right now.
Okay. Yeah.
With the whole red, black, and white theme. So I understand it. He's just trying to stay on par with his merch. But Penta, I will say, Penta's entrance is better than Phoenix.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The Penta strut just was put the little strut to the.
I like it. Yeah.
So I'm like, but there was a picture I just saw. I shared it on my IG story. Someone caught a banging picture of Phoenix during his entrance where he was in the middle of the animo and all the fog was around him. I was like, and it was just like dark.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's a good picture.
Yeah.
That's a good picture right there.
Maybe too much smoke.
Yeah, a little bit. You
That
kind
start of the
of
match was very smoky.
cloaked him a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody went a little nuts with the fog machine.
Yeah. He dropped him on his head too. Oh, glad ain't nothing happened to him.
Yeah, glad ain't nothing happened to him. I am glad with that. Again, man, I'm excited that they are both on different brands, getting to do their thing, getting to showcase what they can do with singles competitors. Everybody's like, oh, what was it? It was a match somebody was wanting. It was between the Lucha Bros and I want to say,
I seen the Usos.
I think it was the Usos. And I'm like, somebody need to hurry up and make this match happen for next year's Mania. I'm like, next year?
God damn.
I'm like,
you see what happens, because as soon as somebody wins the title, who's the next one to beat them? Damn, I just won.
Just saying, John Cena, tell me when he was telling lies.
Yeah.
What do I get? What do I get?
They do that too much, man. You gotta stay in the present. Let's wait for the future and forget about the past. That's all we gotta do, bro. That's all you gotta do.
Just let them cook, man. Just let them cook. I feel like you put, also just to circle back to Jacob Fatu, you put the title on. So I feel like personally this match could go one or two ways. Okay. Jacob wins cleanly. And he's the new U.S. champion. Or Solo been doing what he been doing, solo and messing up matches.
Ain't that interesting? Your name Solo now is actually starting to come to how it is, because you solely are getting your teammates beat. You know, you single-handedly.
I'm about to turn on you.
Yeah, single-handedly turning on your people, because you messed up Tama. Which I don't know why they had that match, but Tama and LA Knight, I think that's maybe just like a step up to him fighting Jacob. And I think
they just they're not trying to take Tama off TV, because I feel like that'll hurt him.
That too, yeah.
Because if you took him off TV and waited for his brother to get better, I feel like that'll hurt them more than it'll help them. Especially because people are already tired of Camacho. So people are already tired of him. So I feel like if you had just removed Tama out of that storyline with no explanation and then just brought them back, it would have hurt. It would have hurt Tama.
True.
Yeah. I like the yeah thing, but you got to stop that backstage. Why did he need to start before he spoke any words to LA Knight saying yeah? What, bro? Just talk. Just talk.
You know you can talk. Well, that one time you messed up. Yeah, one time
you work in Japan. We know you. If they let you grab a mic like Jacob Fatu and let you talk, again, I feel like Jacob has already done what they were scared Jacob was going to do, bringing him in the Solo group. He's
outshined him. Yup.
He's outshined Solo. Now I feel like you holding Tama back, because if you let Tama actually talk, he's going to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like you kind of, all right, we don't need to make Solo look bad. He already looked bad enough, because Jacob is already well over. Not to mention the multiple moonsaults he did to Braun like the week before they had the last match. Bro, came back, bouncing moonsault, another one, then another. I was like, this man.
Insane.
You know who I would have liked to see in the match with him and Keith Lee.
Yeah, because Keith Lee, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Keith Lee, before the injury and before AEW.
Yeah,
that man had the crowd going crazy because
Vince messed him up.
Yeah, how big he was.
That Bearcat thing, Vince messed him up.
Yeah, bro, was like that match with Roman, or I ain't gonna say, I don't know if it was a match, but it was that Survivor Series like the little sequence. Yeah, bro.
Just because Vince all about dudes not being chubby. The moment you put him in that like singlet and shorts and then start calling him the Bearcat, I'm like, y'all messed him up.
Nah, you straight how it was.
Waiting. I am hoping he comes back to WWE. I cannot wait to hear the "Oh, bask in his glory."
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear that theme again, bro.
That man was phenomenal, bro. I liked it.
Miss Keith Lee, man, and I understand he going through health issues, and he just lost somebody close to him. Yeah. I saw that he had somebody pass away that was close to him. So Keith Lee dealing with a lot right now.
Yeah.
Last thing.
Ah. Oh, before you get that
Yeah.
moonsault. EO, I love you. Please stop doing this shit. Just do the moonsault. Just stop, bro. You did that shit twice last week.
What you mean?
Every time she does that moonsault, I be like, Jacob 5-2, flip. She wants to, and then would you just hit the moonsault, EO? Stop doing that shit. I get it. That's maybe your little aura thing that she be doing. Like she be, bro, just hit the moonsault. Cause about time, every time she did it, Rhea was right back up. I was like, EO, hit the moonsault, sweetie. Just jump up there, boop, hit the like Tiffany. She jump. Like EO's the only one.
Everybody's moonsault is different too, because like if you look at, so we're gonna compare before we move on to the last two. We're gonna talk about some moonsaults a little bit. Cause like I've started to be like not recently, but I've always kind of paid attention to how people do their moonsaults. So if you look at Charlotte, whenever she goes for her moonsault, Charlotte's is more of a up, it kind of narrow. She don't jump out too far.
Yeah.
You look at like Rey Mysterio said when he was talking to I think it was Chris Van Fleet. He was talking about the whole hammer spot with him and Logan, where people try to say Logan saved his life or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I was like, no, Rey Mysterio corrected real quick. He was like, he was not in the right position. He was like, before we went out, I told Logan when I do my moonsaults, I don't jump up, I jump out. It's more out than up. So I don't get a lot of spring up. So you don't have a lot of time to catch me, essentially, because I jump out.
Right.
And I feel like Io does the same type of moonsault. It's like a shallow moonsault to where she jumps more out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give her opponents time to move. Tiffany's is like Charlotte's, though. It's more height to it.
Yeah, right.
Rather than jumping out. Jericho with the lion salt.
Yeah.
That's more of a jump out motion rather than I'm trying to get height to do another spot. Jacob's the same way. Jacob jumps out with his, though. Because Jacob damn near be hitting people from the middle of the ring.
Yeah, he's so damn quick with it, too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, you wouldn't expect a man of that size to be able to do that. But if you go back and look at MLW Jacob, where he was a lot heavier than what he is now, he was still busting that moonsault off with no shoes on too.
So I was saying no shoes. And he's so quick though, like, and it's smooth. Like it's never like it's like boom, 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 and
I'm like Jacob. It's time. I hope he. I hope he be LA Knight. Yeah. I like LA Knight, but it's time for Jacob to get some shine.
And I'll move LA Knight to Raw.
If you really gonna have Jacob and Solo go at it, why not have it be over a title?
Right, that's true. Yep, because he took my title from me. Like that. You took my title. And again, LA Knight will move to Raw. After if he does that, I think LA Knight moves to Raw.
Yeah. Again, we're gonna have the draft. We don't know when the draft gonna be. We just know it's gonna be sometime after Mania. Like we said, we don't want no NXT call-ups. I think it just need to be between SmackDown and Raw for this draft and leave NXT out of it. But now, the last thing over here.
The favor.
I'm so pissed, bro. I am so mad, bro.
The favor.
All this build up and that's it? That was the favor? That's it.
Angel said the same thing. I got something for you, though. I'm going to let you go, though. I got something.
Bro, come on. All this build up from War Games. The favor. What's the favor? We thinking it's going to be something major, something life-changing, something alternate. Like, we thinking it's about to be something like, okay, it is kind of a detriment to Roman. Like, it does kind of hurt him a little bit, but like, I'm thinking it was something that's like really gonna like just affect the match. And I'm just like, that's it though, bro? That was your favor? I was like, you go be in the main event at WrestleMania was more of a favor than what you just asked for.
You wouldn't do it without me.
Yeah. I'm like, the only thing that made that segment what it was, Seth just cracking up over in the corner by himself, bro. Seth was just there to be a troll. He was Nothing more, nothing less. Seth was
I
just
got
there to
it.
just be a troll.
I got it for you. I got it for you. The manager, Paul Heyman. All right, comes to the employee. Please, can you please tell me what I said to you for you to get to get this advance? What did I tell you? I can't remember. I do really. I just want you to tell me so we can go ahead and get it out the way. No, I want the other employee to come up because obviously you didn't made him manager. You're supposed to make me manager.
Yep.
Go get him first. All right, we'll wait for him. All right, we'll wait for him to come in. Then the other employee, the messy employee, comes in. Oh, you thought I was the employee you waiting on, right?
Bro,
All right.
he looked like it, bro. We told Paul Heyman he looked like this shit. I was like, Paul, you look bad. He was like, I'm seeing you look bad, but you look bad.
Yeah.
Then was there purely to cause chaos.
Right. Then the employee you've been waiting on, your favorite, comes up.
Yep.
Don't even say nothing to you. The
I did
fastest
see your
entrance.
video, bro. That was the fastest tribal chief entrance we have seen in the history of entrance.
I said, is he going to stand there for the pop? Nope. Walking. Boom.
Nope.
Strutting.
He did not break stride, bro.
Nope.
He got out the car, walked past Paul Heyman, walked into Gorilla. They hit the doom, doom, doom. You see his Titantron pop up in the back, walks out, no one up, just
looks to the side of the rope. Nope, get back in. You don't want to get in the ring. Then I said,
Yep.
Don't tell me he just go ahead. Don't tell me he gonna ask for the mic. Walk
Yep.
there. Boom! I said, damn.
No acknowledge me, no Chicago.
No, he did. He did do that.
He did it. I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, he did do that part. I was like, is he gonna go straight to it? He said, Chicago. I was like, okay, all right. He got a little bit.
Bro, you had Chicago doing the European chants.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Roman. I'm like, thank you. Now see, now the U.S. y'all mad because Europe done showed y'all how it's done. So we like, nah, we got to step our game up now.
Yeah. Then Roman does his little spin. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I've been noticing it. But Roman is not a face, bro. Like, I get it. People saying he's not he's the tribal chief we remember. Yeah. Like he's been acting like
live
that.
Earlier, people were trying to say he was a face. I'm like, he's not a face.
Nah, bro. He acting the same way he was before. I love it. Yeah. I love it. So he was, having his I always like when Roman's doing it because I feel like that's him. Like the laugh a little fake. Ha ha ha. That laugh's fake. But other than that, like I like the persona that he brings, and then he asked for Punk, and then Rollins again, the messy employee. He shows up.
Pure chaos.
I'm just here to watch, bro. I'm just here for the front rows, bro. That's it, bro. I can watch it.
A favor. He was like, let's get to it.
I heard there was a meeting. Is there any cake around? Say, hey, it ain't no food. Okay, I'm gonna sit in the corner right here. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I do love that Roman hit him with the same thing he hit Sammy with. Are you crying? I was like, that brought me back to Sammy. I was like, damn. You didn't have to do Paul like that. He emotional out here when it comes to you and Pop.
The only thing I mess with Seth, and the only thing I want, because I know you like to go back. To go back. Now, I didn't go back because I just remember. Now, if you go back to the segment with Triple H, the Evolution, and the Shield.
Yep.
Hold on. Chris, appreciate the rolls, the lightning bolts, and the heart me, bro. Appreciate that, bro. I remember you from the streams, bro. Appreciate it. So, Seth, Triple H always said, adapt or perish. Seth said the same thing Friday to Roman. And I said, bro, please do not tell me all this stuff we looking at, even after the Roman and Punk, is just a mirage. Like, because what you said at start.
For Seth and
just Seth by himself. I feel like the Punk and Roman thing, because again, they're pushing that all in our face. Like Punk and Roman. It's a triple threat match. Let's not forget, and it's the Architect. Let's not be disrespectful on Seth. He did
bring up the heist of the century.
Exactly. Seth Rollins is playing this shit perfectly. I'm finna let y'all two do what y'all doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you heard him though. He was like, I had a week off to go clear my head, spend some time with the wife, and formulate a plan.
exactly, bro. I feel like Seth is about to. I mean, it's real early.
Yeah,
I think Seth's gonna win.
ice to the century, about to
Yeah,
come back.
I feel like Seth's gonna win, but because it seems like they just niggas focus on them two and Paul Heyman, and Seth can
Been about the
swoop in.
favorite. It's been about the favorite the entire time.
Exactly, and swoop in, and Seth just
I'm here with you. Yep.
yeah. I feel
I'm
like
here
that's
with
what's
you.
gonna
I see what
happen
you're saying.
because I think Seth was the first one to get out the ring. Seth was like, bro, I got what I needed.
After he laughed,
Yeah.
after he basically trolled him the entire time, and then
Yeah,
he was like, "I told you so." He was pointing, bro.
yeah,
He
yeah.
did the little kid laugh and pointing.
And he always been saying to Roman, I could have got him in that cage match, but you
Yep.
showed up, your ego came up, all this
Same
other
thing
stuff.
at the Rumble. I could have
Yeah.
did him in at the Rumble.
Yeah.
You stopped me then.
Yeah.
Also, I did see people bring up a valid point about Roman. When Roman questioned Seth about being loyal, Roman said, "I've always been loyal." And I'm like, if you really look at Roman, everybody has always betrayed Roman.
Exactly. Yep.
Roman has always, whether you like how he treated the Usos and Sammy
Never betrayed.
and Solo, but Roman was never the one to turn on anybody.
Seth hit him with a chair. Sammy hit him with a chair.
Yeah.
Both Usos kicked him in the face.
Super kicks, yeah.
Solo just stabbed him in the back while he was gone. And now, like what my boy Chris said, or not Chris, Chris, my bad, Chris. Paul Heyman, like what you were saying. Are you crying?
Bro,
Tell him no.
I was dying when he turned to him, was like, "Are you crying?" I was like, "Oh no."
Tell him no, Paul. Man, it's so funny. It was
Roman,
serious.
it was like, even if I let him, he ain't gonna do that. It's like, he needs me.
Yeah, let him down easy.
Bro, Roman. He's like, "Go ahead, wise man. Let him down easy."
Yeah, man. Hey, man, it's too funny, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. I think he's in a movie soon, but like that man needs to be on movies because what he be doing
he could make the transition to Hollywood.
Yeah, it's so funny, bro. What he be doing to me,
especially if he truly is still battling that leukemia.
Yeah.
If he actually is battling that leukemia, he could transition to Hollywood if he wanted to.
Yeah,
because he already had the little brief spot where he was in Hobbs and Shaw with The Rock.
Yeah,
and he can act. He can act.
He in a movie. That's what he was filming last year, so it might come out this year or next year. We'll see.
I just, if he want to transition, he'll make the transition. But I feel like we need to settle this beef with Punk first. We need to somehow settle all your beefs, bro. You need to settle your beef with Seth. You need to settle your beef with Punk. You might even have to circle back around to Drew.
What we gonna do, man? What you think's gonna happen? Because obviously the favor, we already know Paul Heyman's gonna walk with CM Punk. It's gonna happen. What you think happened now?
Winning that match, I agree with you.
So?
I think Seth has gotten these two. Seth is basically, because I feel like he had all the CM Punk's and Roman attention. That he was like, I don't really think I need them to have eyes on me. I kind of just let me just step back. It's like Homer, that meme of Homer.
Oh yeah, with the bushes.
Bush.
Yeah.
Let me just hide in this bush real quick, and I'm just gonna sit in the background and let all this unfold, but while also adding fuel to the fire.
Because anytime that music hit, they be like, God damn, this guy again.
Roman cannot stand hearing that burn it down, bro. Roman face every time his music hit. Even you got Paul Heyman like, I'm tired of this dude.
I hate this song.
Yeah, I'm tired of this dude.
Even Punk now. I don't know if you remember that might have been this year or last year. He had the microphone and then it came on and he started hitting his head with the mic.
Seth has gotten it to the point where he like the annoying kid that don't nobody want to deal with.
Here you go again. Oh, here you go.
He's like, well, it's inevitable. Here he comes.
Oh, that dude that's at in your neighborhood.
Yep.
And it's so quiet. And then he got those 612s.
Yep.
Boom, boom. Oh shit, yeah.
Well, there he
And
comes.
there he is, man.
There he
It
come
was so
overboard. I was like, all right.
here you go.
Yep. Look, I think I'm now that you like kind of explained the whole self thing, I'm on it. I'm on this, like I was already seeing it.
Yeah.
I was just like, but kind of solidified it was when he brought up the heist of the century again.
Yeah.
Roman was so focused on Brock that you forgot Seth
Yeah, he
even
had the money in the bank. Yep.
briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, Seth is kind of doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
Seth again. That can go all the way back to where he betrayed the Shield. Y'all was so focused on fighting Evolution again. Y'all ain't see what was going on behind y'all.
Exactly. And again,
Behind
probably
the
the same thing Triple H said. So it's gonna be interesting. What's your top 5 matches right now from the card?
Right now, I'm gonna say the triple threat with Roman, Seth, and
I think it's everybody's favorite right now.
I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be a show stealer, but I'm excited for it because it might lead to Jacob winning singles gold. So Jacob and LA Knight, Naomi and Jay. I've been here for that match since the whole Jay on the windshield of the car. I've been here for what's gonna happen with that. So I'm here with that. Cody and Cena, man. I mean,
they're not even in my top 5, bro.
Yeah, they're not in my top 5. I'm not even with it. I was excited for KO and Randy, but again, that got canceled. After this promo, I want to see if they get a little personal in the ring. So Tiffany and Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to say probably the triple threat with Io, Rhea, and Bianca. Because I know that match is going to be a spectacle. It's going to be good because all 3 of those women can go in the ring. They all fairly young. And honestly, even though it ain't really playing out that way, who's to say Io don't turn heel again with a return of Asuka and Kairi?
It could happen. I think Asuka
damage control back together.
I think Asuka supposed to come back next month.
I follow Kairi on IG. Kairi been in the gym heavy, trying to get back. Is like that's all she posting is her working out. Like Kairi is getting ready for a return. I think Asuka is just kind of chilling, but she also I think Asuka's cleared to come back. They just ain't got nothing for her yet. And I also think they wait for Kairi to come back because they want to put the Kabuki Warriors back into the tag team division because they need it. So, because Kairi has been working out with who I've been seeing her work out with lately. She work out at that same gym I always see Isla Dawn in. I think they all kind of just reside down in Florida since they in the NXT days. So they all kind of go to the same gym and stuff still. But Kairi in the gym, at least all the time. Every time I see her post, that's all she doing is working out. So again, it's not really writing on the wall. Io is going to turn heel, but would I mind it? No. To kind of bring damage control back together and have them be dominant again. Because then you could easily put titles on all of them again. You finally have Dakota win the title. Io stays champ. Kabuki Warriors win the tag titles.
Yeah, do it the right way.
Yeah, do it the right way.
Yeah.
But you also got Bayley.
Yeah, no, I don't put her back in there. She all right.
Yeah, you got Bayley also about to face Lyra. Is that a Mania match? That's a Mania match.
No, that's next week. That's what I was telling you. That don't make sense. You got them fighting this Monday, but they're a tag team Friday.
Yeah.
Don't make sense. You know what's going to happen. That match is not going to happen. Like the Monday match is going to get interrupted by Liv and Raquel, and then they're going to win Friday, and they're going to face each other at Mania. That's most likely what's going to happen.
You know what match I forgot about? I'm gonna take out the triple threat Rhea, Io, Bianca.
Oh shit!
Whatever's about to happen with the IC title. I'm
Oh, you
here
put
for
that
it.
as you put that in top five. Okay.
Whatever is about to happen, whether it end up being a fatal four way,
I think I'm gonna fatal forward though.
I think so too. But these four men, and you need Dom need to show that he can go. Because I'm tired of hearing people say Dom can't wrestle. Dom can wrestle. He just ain't got a lot of opportunities to
Yeah,
show
no,
he can wrestle.
yeah.
Dom is just, again, he the side chick in his own group. He the side chick in his own group. Liv is like, again, we get this goes back to how the Judgment Day has broken up the past 3 times. No leaders. No leaders. Finn's been acting like the leader.
Yeah. Listen to Finn
Now
will
Liv
win.
is acting like the leader. It's causing a lot of turmoil. I think you just need to break the Judgment Day up at this point because we've been living on this philosophy that there's no leaders in the group, but there's a leader. There's been leaders every time.
Yeah, I seen that. Haley said Dom's supposed to be fighting Penta Monday too.
See, that could easily see again. And when Liv says she gonna go talk to Adam, because she said Dom deserved an IC title shot after Finn came back talking about I pinned Braun, I did, or I pinned Penta, excuse me. And I'm like, okay. Finn. I'm like,
We gonna see. Our top 5 is both triple threats.
yep.
I'm put Jay and Gunther. Because it's gonna be a party with Jay, and especially how they amped it up now with Jimmy getting hurt. I'm
Boy, the
excited to
right-hand
see.
man come
Yeah,
back,
I'm
bro,
excited to
it's a
see
wrap.
exactly what happened with that. What was the other one? Oh, Jade and Naomi,
Yep, Jay Naomi.
and might have to add to Jacob in LA. I
Yeah.
have to add because I think Damian and Drew is probably the least one. That might be the least match if
It ain't
anybody
really
want to
got a
watch
lot of
that.
build up to it either.
Yeah,
Like it got some build up, but not a lot.
it's just a random match you just threw up. Well, I ain't gonna say random, but it was just like it ain't nothing really, like
Oh, we forgot about Jake Paul versus AJ. Or Logan Paul versus AJ, excuse
I ain't
me.
interested in no. That's not a top 5 match for me.
It's not for me either, but I
Yeah.
forgot that. I forgot all about that. Again, I love his theme. Hate the name of his new finisher though. The pulverizer is dumb.
That move fire.
The move is fine.
Yeah,
The name is dumb.
Yeah.
I get it. You can play off his name in many different ways, but he already has so many different shows and brands that play off of his last name. Like,
Yeah.
can we just have one move that don't play off his the pulverizer, bro? It sounds like a second grader came over that.
Yeah, he could have did better.
I was like, and it's such a devastating move. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, hey.
You should have called the knockout punch you was doing with the plate in your hand, the pulverizer.
That could have been because you punching somebody. Yeah, I can get that. I can get that.
Like this should I don't know. I ain't got an alternative name for it, but you could have called it something different.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Tiffy, Gunther and
That's
Jay.
outside. That's outside my top 5. They could have. It possibly could be there because Jacob and LA Knight just got into it, so they've been beefing for a minute though. So
True.
And I just like Jacob. I like Jacob over them two, I like LA Knight over them two too. So that's probably
I've always liked LA Knight, even when he was Eli Drake.
With
loved
Drew,
him as Eli Drake
with Drew and Camacho.
Yeah. Another thing that just made me like LA Knight, it wasn't even that his mic skills. His mic skills are always there. It's just I like gear. I look at gear heavy when it comes to wrestlers. Like I'm not a fan of the traditional trunks, but it works for people. The thing that got me on LA Knight, his boots are modeled after the Jordan 11.
Yeah, I say they look like Jordan.
That's his favorite shoe.
Yep. I knew that one.
All his boots have been designed after the Jordan 11. I was like, those were because when he first started wearing those boots, I was like, did this man get custom Jordan 11?
Yeah, the white and black ones. That's what got me. I was like, them Concords. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. Yep. Nope.
I'm like, okay. I was like, that's different right there because it's like it allows you to wear a tennis shoe, but it's still a traditional boot.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, LA Knight. I'm like, I'm there. And then again, like I said, then on top of the boot, the dummy button. Dummy, yeah. Dummy, yeah, where he was doing the, what was it? I forgot what it was called. Something with Eli Drake. Fact of Life with Eli Drake.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He just come out. He wasn't really wrestling. He just come out, stand behind that podium. He'd have the little red button, and he just cut it just promo, just on anybody or the crowd, and he just hitting that button. Dummy, yeah, dummy.
Yep.
So yeah, Jacob and LA Knight is gonna be a match. I feel like it's gonna, if you give them the right amount of time, it's gonna be a great match. Especially because I ain't heard nothing about the maybe they stop doing that, the Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal or whatever.
They've been scrapped there. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because I was like, don't nobody want that damn plastic trophy y'all painted gold.
A couple years ago. It's been a couple of years, yeah.
Who was it? Braun Strowman won it last?
Yeah, I think so.
Also, again, not saying they're going to do nothing with him at WrestleMania. It could be after WrestleMania. We all know Rusev has re-signed with WWE. Aleister Black has re-signed with WWE.
Yeah, they've been showing his little thing on Fridays.
So, Dom, like we just said, Dom, new member. Thank y'all guys for tuning in to the No Pop Pod, man. Again, we bring y'all weekly content every week. If you aren't already, head on over. Follow my boy Cam on Is Cam Lewis. You can follow me here at the Red Cloud Network and pop on over to our TikTok and YouTube page, No Pop Pod, to show us some love. We are working on getting more content out on the TikTok page. But until then, man, we appreciate y'all coming in, showing us some love. As always, turn your TVs on and tune in because we ain't doing nothing but bringing you the real.
That's right. Keep enjoying wrestling.
Always, I'm your boy, the Brokage Pat.
It's your boy, it's Cam Lewis. Keep enjoying wrestling. Stay blessed up.
Stay blessed up, and it's okay to turn your TVs off now.